Tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
I'm rebooting my life, John.
Believe it when I see it.
It's the Waba Grill Lunch Hour with Mason and Ireland. Waba Grill. What's their secret? It's in their sauce. Their sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill. It's for you.
Mason.
I've got to clean up my act.
Ireland.
I'm just a dope.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour is on right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ireland, best show on the radio. What is up, people? It is Monday. Em is filling in.
Hi, Emily.
Emily,
Hey, guys.
what's going on over there?
A ton. Lots of great stuff from this weekend, but I'm energized for my second 3 hours here.
Yes, exactly.
I know,
We thank you for hanging in there for 3 hours.
I am going to have to do what you're doing today if the Dodgers win the World Series. I have a bet with Travis that if the Dodgers win the World Series, I will do his show and then my show. And if any other team wins, he does it for me. What's the right side of that bet, in your opinion?
I think that you're most likely going to win because you have so many teams.
Yeah,
that you have.
as we say in Poker Mace, I have more outs.
You do have more
exactly.
outs, yes.
But I do have a reminder in my phone, so we will not forget this. It's in my phone for like around World Series time to make sure that we pay off that bet.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, Ireland, you had Beach Life Fest. Brian, what did you do this weekend? Anything fun?
I went to the Renaissance Fair on
Oh, that's
Saturday.
right. How was it?
Renaissance Fair.
It was amazing.
Did you dress
all
up?
right.
I didn't really dress up. I tried to dress as much as I could.
Okay,
you know,
got it.
stuff I already
Okay,
had.
so if I have a meter,
Right.
and the meter all the way to the right is super nerdy, and all the way to the left is super cool. Where's the meter stop? Right in the middle, more towards cool, more towards
of
nerdy.
of how I was dressed or the fair in general.
The
Fair in
experience.
general.
What you would you recommend it to others?
I would say it's super cool, less than super nerdy.
Okay,
honestly.
what was your favorite part?
Favorite part was probably they had like a couple of different shows. You know, they had the
Did
stages.
you see any live jousting?
Jousting, yes.
We weren't in the dome for the jousting, but we
okay.
saw a little bit of it.
You
We
saw
saw
it.
that going around. That was
Yeah.
the one thing I have seen before at medieval times, you know, kind of that.
Oh, right, that's
the
true,
jousting
yeah.
thing. So we hit the different stages. They had like comedy, adult singing kind
Was
of
it
thing.
like marionettes? Did the comedy do marionettes? Because I think they did that in the Victorian age or whatever. No?
I don't know.
Did they do
Remember in
live acting?
Well, in
Yes,
Game of
live acting,
Thrones,
yeah,
they
yeah.
would always have
Always
those
do the
puppets.
marionettes, yeah.
Yes. There was
Was
a bunch
there
of
any
that.
clowns?
Yeah,
Some clowns, jesters, yeah. I would say a majority
What
of the
about
people
mimes? Was there a mime there?
didn't see any mimes.
All right,
Most people
describe
dressed up.
what you wore.
Mime free.
I wore like one of the themes they had was like pirates kind of a deal,
Okay.
you know, yeah, back in the day kind
Sure.
of. So I wore like a shirt that had like a treasure chest map on it.
Okay.
So
And then-
you embrace the
Right.
pirate
and
thing.
then kind of like a just a single color flannel top. So
Okay.
it's like, you know, button up.
Did you buy any merch?
We bought some merch, yeah. Allison and I bought some stuff. And
Did
it
you
was
eat
fun.
a very large turkey leg at any point?
I didn't. I wish I could. My one gripe was the lines for the food were so long.
Were long?
Were so
Yeah.
long.
Oh, so
we
it
tried
would not be a
different
John
stuff.
Ireland
Yeah,
event
those
with a lot of
Renaissance
long
people are
lines.
all
But
hungry.
I would go again, and I would recommend anybody that's never
Wow.
been to go. 10 out of 10 on the fun scale.
I
Damn.
I saw a TikTok where I don't know if this is this Ren Fair or if it's a different Ren Fair somewhere else, where you can go and you can pay to have a lovely maiden pour a drink into your mouth
This is this
while
one,
your
yes.
hands are
Oh,
tied
really?
up.
You do
Right,
this?
yeah,
So-
yeah.
Your hands are tied up, and a lovely maiden will just tip the beer into your mouth as you partake in that
Wow,
event.
it's like an upside down
Right.
margarita.
They had
Yeah.
a couple of different. That was one of their rated R bars, so they had a
Yeah,
couple of different
exactly.
like rated R areas, and they were doing that there.
Doing that.
We watched. We didn't get any, but it was fun.
Yeah,
It
the
was
lovely
cool.
lady will say some things that are innuendo to you as you drink this beer.
Would that be
so-
a maiden?
Yeah,
A
sure.
maiden.
A
Because
lovely
it's
maiden.
the Victorian era, right?
Yes,
so it's a
exactly.
maiden. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
It was great though. If you've never been, I think it's there for another 2 weekends.
Okay.
It's worth it.
All right.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Irvindale, I think.
Irwindale.
Yeah.
Raiders almost moved to Irwindale
They did.
long ago.
Well,
they just took a bunch of money from Irwindale instead.
They stole a bunch of money. Al Davis had a knack for that. So Ireland, it's when's football start? That was my first thought as I got ready for the weekend. When's football start?
Watching the absolute implosion of our basketball and hockey
Yes.
teams. Do you guys realize that over an 8-day period, the Lakers, Clippers, and Kings, all of which were favored in their respective playoff series. The Lakers were favored to beat Minnesota. Clippers were favored to beat Denver. Kings were favored to beat Edmonton, and they won the first 2 games.
Yep.
After that, 1 and 10, all 3 of them knocked out. The worst 8 days in Los Angeles sports history. If you don't count the off the field stuff.
Don't count the social stuff.
Yeah, you don't count like Kobe Bryant being killed. Like, that.
But in terms of wins
or
and
Magic
losses.
getting HIV, like that type of thing. In terms of just a straight sports story, that was the worst 8 days I've ever seen. And, I mean, take your pick where you want to start. The Lakers, you heard J.J. Redick say, number one priority in the offseason.
Championship shape.
What you saw last night was the Warriors playing 6 guys in a Game 7.
Yep.
And knocking out a much younger, much athletic team because they were in good shape.
Right.
The Lakers, when they played all 5 starters for the entire second half, all ran out of gas.
Yep.
That's why JJ emphasized that.
Yeah.
He needs them there. By the way, the Kings, maybe even worse, take the lead in all 6 games and lose the last 4. Then the Clippers, I mean, at least got to give them a little credit because they won one game.
They made it to a Game 7.
They won Game 6. But then James Harden, whose last 4 Game 7s have just been awful.
Terrible.
Doesn't show up again, and they lose. Collectively, no matter if you're a Clipper fan, a Laker fan, a Kings fan, or fan of all 3, maybe the worst 8 days we've ever seen.
Yeah, it was terrible. Just loss after loss after loss. We had that one weekend. The one weekend, I think there were 3 losses, and I think the Dodgers got swept too. I mean, honestly,
well, the Dodgers at least won 7 in a row while this was going on, and even they lost yesterday. But wow, now pronounce the guy's name from South Korea. Remember, if Bergman is in the other room, Bergman's girlfriend knows how to pronounce it.
It's okay. So the other one is Ha-Sung Kim. This is Hee-Sung Kim. Hee-Sung Kim. He is a speed demon.
Right. So he steals, game on the line in the 9th inning.
Mm-hmm.
He steals second, goes to third on a throw to first.
Yep.
And was, Greg, did we butcher it?
Yes.
Hae-Sung Kim. Hae-Sung Kim.
All right, say it.
Hae-Sung Kim.
Hae-Sung Kim.
Hae-Sung Kim.
Hae-Sung Kim.
Hae-Sung.
How fast is this dude? I mean, is he as fast as Ohtani?
I don't think he's as fast as Ohtani. He is very, very fast, though, and he's going to be a actual
now
problem.
I want him on the roster because he gives you an added weapon late in games.
Yeah, absolutely. Although we don't have, the bottom of the lineup ain't driving anybody home, I'll tell you that.
Well, then why not throw him in there?
I'm of that school. I say give him a shot. Let him play. Let's see what he's got. You can put him in at second base and fill out the outfield a little bit, but the way the bottom of the lineup is, actually I got some numbers on that. I'll do that coming up next. The numbers from the bottom of the lineup are just staggering. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mother's Day is Sunday. Let me say that again. Mother's Day is Sunday. And my mom, I absolutely love. She's always there for me. She's always been a great guiding force in my life. And she has spent her whole life making me and my brothers happy. So Mother's Day's here. And Mom does everything, like I said, to make me happy. So I'm returning the favor. This year I'm sending happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from the Bouquets Company, that is short for bouquets. And I got you 25% off your order so you can send some happy too. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. These flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a volcano. Wow, Mom, with a bright, happy bouquet. Or go for the Bouquets flower subscription so she gets fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It's easy. I pick my bouquet, my delivery date, and I'm already done. And with 25% off, Why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your aunt, your grandma, whoever, all the women in your life. Remember, 20% off, 25% off when you use code ESPN. Go to Books.com. That's BOUQS.com. Books.com. Use promo code ESPN for 25% off. Mother's Day Sunday. Don't forget, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus.
Why don't we grill to order at Waba Grill? It's just better for you. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
About not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts and on the ESPN LA app.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Check out this true crime story. An IT manager came in on Monday, tried to log in, and couldn't. A ransom message popped up, all company data, customer files, bank info, everything was locked. If they didn't pay $250K in Bitcoin, it would all be wiped. Protect your business with Thrive, America's leading managed security provider. Start with a free cyber risk assessment at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
The NBA 82 game grind is done, and now the real fun begins. The NBA playoffs are here, and DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered as an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FNH. That's code FNH for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland.
Sup, people?
Why do they grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins, fresh steamed vegetables, and signature sauces. Download the Waba Rewards app today or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer that question.
You're weird.
I knew that was coming.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
Ireland, it is Adele's birthday.
She's born on Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. My brother's birthday, too. My mom once asked, is Travis's birthday always on Cinco de Mayo? I'm like, oh, Mom. Oh, Mom.
It is the birthday of my friend Jared Stacy, head of all things sports at Amazon. Shout out to Jared today. So Jared, Stacy, Adele, and Travis Mashonsky all have the same birthday.
Yeah, nice. Happy birthday, everybody. So Adele, I got to see her in concert. Have you ever seen her in concert? No.
No, but Lisa has.
Have you seen her?
I would love to, but I haven't now.
I'm telling you, it is an unbelievable. This song in particular everything is on. I saw her at what was that? The Resorts World, I think.
At Caesars.
At Caesars,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And everything is exploding and on fire, and she's walking through, and it's actually raining and all this. It's spectacular, but it is. And I didn't think I would say this. The coolest concert I've ever been at.
So I was pointing at Lisa loves Adele. I
Yeah,
can't get
yeah.
enough of her. So she's seen her twice.
Yep.
And she goes, why won't you come with me? And I said, because I don't want to listen to somebody sing about heartbreak for 3 hours.
She does not sing only about heartbreak. She sings
Name,
very happy
okay,
songs.
Name one.
Set Fire to the Rain.
No. Set Fire to the Rain is about a breakup.
Okay.
Listen to the words.
Turning Tables.
Turning Tables about a breakup.
Is it about a breakup?
Yeah.
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 Let me.
What about this one? What about that one?
No. Be nice to me. You just broke up with me.
Oh, that's what that is? Go Easy on Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of breakup songs, which is very
Not
powerful.
a lot. Exclusively. Even
Yeah.
one of you come up with any song that isn't about heartbreak. One song.
Oh, there has to be one.
I said this to Lisa.
I
she
drink
could
wine.
not
How
do
about
it.
I drink wine?
Why did she drink wine?
Oh, right, because she broke up.
Okay. Make You Feel My Love is a romantic song that is not about a breakup.
Okay.
But it's about a relationship that has gone stale,
No,
and she's.
it's actually about
I'm looking at the lyrics
growing
right now.
deeper into your Make You Feel My Love. I want to make you feel more of this and stuff. So I think it's more of about a
That's the
positive
closest thing we got.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, good for her. She's she and Rich Paul still. She's probably working on the Rich Paul album right now. You think? Yeah. Wouldn't
I
you?
think
If
she's going to take some breaks. I think she's going to take a long time. She doesn't have to do anything.
right, but don't you think ultimately she's going to write songs about?
Wait a minute,
the Rich
Emily.
Paul
I didn't
era?
know this. "Make Me Feel My Love" is a Bob Dylan song that Adele covered.
Oh wow!
Oh, I actually didn't know that either. I'm not as familiar
Unless
with
they're
Bob Dylan.
two different songs with the same name.
Yeah, I guess it is maybe a cover. Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, Bob Dylan. It missed me a little bit.
Yeah, so that she doesn't get credit for that. She's just doing a Dylan cover.
Yeah, that's true. No, I did Google songs not about breakups, and only 8 of them came up. So she's released 5 albums or something. They all have a year on them, like Taylor Swift. It's like album
by the
number
way,
39 or something.
Make even the cover. If this is a Bob Dylan cover, when the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer a warm embrace to make you feel my love. It's about somebody that's depressed.
Well,
and she's trying.
Every song has got some sort of personal. I mean,
Here it is, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a Dylan song. So even to get close to not a heartbreak song, you had to go to
Poor
a cover.
Adele. Poor Adele. Yeah, you know.
Now, to your point,
yes,
her concerts, she is bubbly and she's fun. Like
she has
Lisa said,
jokes.
said she's got a great rapport with the audience, but every song is about heartbreak.
She's got a really good rap. She walks around the arena and she talks to everybody, and she's got a really good between. Like a lot of acts don't have a good patter between songs. She's
difference
great.
between Adele and Taylor Swift. Adele is all about heartbreak 100% of the time. Taylor Swift is more half and half. She writes songs about heartbreak, but she also has feel-good songs.
But she writes angry songs about heartbreak.
I'd also argue that probably 90% of all music ever written is about relationships.
That
and
is
breakups.
true.
So it's not exclusively Adele and Taylor Swift.
I disagree. I think that most bands, like take anybody I like, The Police, Prince, upbeat.
Every breath you take is about stalking.
Right.
But
I'm
they're about
saying,
relationships.
Yeah, but some of them are, but not all of them are about heartbreak. Some of the relationships are going well. All right. Where is the Adele song about a relationship going well?
I'm not an Adele historian, so I can't tell you that, besides the cover of the Bob Dylan song.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And that's the extent of the knowledge.
But we all like Adele.
But we
Adele's
all
very
like Adele.
talented.
Happy birthday to Adele, Jared Stacy, and my brother Travis. We don't have anything to play for them, but
And Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Oh, wow.
Big Danielle Fisher, big Laker fan.
Oh, wow.
Friends
is that
with
right?
Jeannie Buss and Linda Rambis. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Danielle.
Yeah, she used to sit with them a lot when she came to games.
Oh, nice. Okay, here we go. John,
Wait a minute. Hey, Emily, where did I get these pot stickers?
Yeah, these are from it's Waba Grill lunch hour.
All right, keep talking. I'm
In
going to eat this
celebration
pot
of Cinco de Mayo, we got the Waba Grill Boom Boom Tacos here. Waba Grill, grilled to order every time because it's just better for you. Boom Boom Bam.
Wow, these are
Download
good.
the Waba Grill rewards app today or order online at wabagrill.com. And I'm telling you, Waba Grill, delicious. We love our partnership with them. Okay. So Ireland, I mentioned, and I think this is the biggest problem the Dodgers got going right now, is the bottom.
They have very few problems. They have the best record in baseball. They've won 7 out of 8, and they're not even healthy.
It's kind of like brushstrokes on the Mona Lisa we're complaining about here.
Right.
So the Dodgers had a good weekend, won 2 out of 3. Yamamoto spectacular Friday night, 6 innings, a 1-hit ball.
Can I say something about Saturday?
Yeah.
Cancel the game. What are we doing? Why are we stretching these pitchers out and starting games at 9:00 at night?
Well, it's because they
do a doubleheader on Sunday. That
You
was
think
ridiculous.
so?
Well, yeah, they made the crowd sit around for 7 hours.
Yeah, it's
Dopes.
tough. I guess they didn't want a no-hitter on a getaway day, especially when the Dodgers have a game
doubleheader
on
on a
Monday.
getaway day.
Doubleheader on a getaway day when the Dodgers are playing in Miami today.
But they were already set up because it was the ESPN game of the week, so
Right.
it didn't start until 7:00 at night. They could have done a day-night, would have been easy.
Right.
Instead, they made everybody sit around for 7 hours and play a ring. But at least the Dodgers won.
All I noticed was they won.
Yeah. And Sasaki was decent.
Yeah, so get this. The bottom 3 in the lineup Friday night were Andy Pages, Michael Conforto, Miggy Rojas. Saturday, Andy Pages, Michael Conforto, Chris Taylor. Sunday, Kike Hernandez, Michael Conforto, Austin Barnes. How do you think that lineup did, those bottom 3, over the course of the weekend?
Because you're bringing it up,
Yeah.
I will say they hit 100 or less.
They were 1 for 31. 1 for 31.
But you always say to me,
and by the way, Shohei Ohtani, 1 RBI. It was on a solo home run.
because none of those guys are getting a base.
none of those guys
yeah.
are on.
But you always say to me that it's May 5th.
Yeah.
So isn't it too soon to panic about the bottom of the lineup? You always say, talk to me in June or July, and if they're still struggling, then are you off of that now?
I think
are you ready to give up on the bottom of the
Andy
lineup?
Pages has been very good. I've given up on Michael Conforto.
Already?
Yeah. I'm done with Michael Conforto.
He's only played for a month.
Yeah.
That's enough of a sample size for you.
Coming off a mediocre year and now delivering absolutely nothing, yes. I think and if I was the Dodgers, I would look at Hae-Sung Kim being in the lineup every day and finding a way to get Conforto out of the lineup. He has been just terrible, just lost up there.
Now, all right, so you gave Michael Conforto a month, and you're over him.
Right.
Max Muncy is hitting like Conforto. Are you over Muncy?
So there's a difference.
What is it?
The difference is Max Muncy's hitting the ball hard. There's
He's just hitting it at people?
Yeah, if you're hitting the ball hard.
What do they call it? Exit velocity or something?
Exit velocity, and you're just making contact on a regular basis. Like Max hit one out to right field yesterday. I thought was going to drop. I thought was going to get over for a double. Didn't. But he's hitting the ball hard. Michael Conforto's not hitting the ball hard. And I think that's the big thing.
That is something.
You brought up before, I think it was maybe last week, Jock Peterson was on a long hitless streak. I think he was like 0 for 40 or something like that.
I think I asked the question, how long – I always ask this, how long of a sample size do you need before you give up on somebody? For you, Michael Conforto got 1 month.
Because he was not hitting the ball hard.
But Max Muncy gets more than a month.
Because he's hitting the ball hard. By the way, and also Max Muncy has been a steady contributor for years.
Where are you at with Chris Taylor?
Chris Taylor. This is what I say about Chris. Chris Taylor's done.
But he's been around for so many years, so clearly he has some sort of value to the Dodgers.
Does. He obviously has a clubhouse
it's
component.
It's called a guaranteed contract.
And he was guaranteed a deal for this year. I don't think he'd be on the roster otherwise.
I see that, but I think all these people have, again, like what John was saying, after the trade deadline, if these people are all here and they're still producing poorly, I think we're going to reevaluate things in the long run. But maybe it'll change over time as the season goes on.
Yeah, Conforto, by the way, has 14 hits. He's batting 141. He's got 38 strikeouts and 99 at bats. So he's striking out about a third of the time. He has just been, and he's coming off a year, by the way, where he was mediocre by his standards, but still decent. 237, 20 homers, 66 RBIs. And a 759 OPS, which you'll take. But he has just been terrible. And it is not putting Shohei Ohtani in a position where he can drive in runs. Who's with me? Move him down the lineup. Who's with me?
Move who down the lineup?
Move Shohei down the lineup.
No,
So he bats less?
Yeah, that's what my
He
argument
bats
is. Em.
14% less.
Yeah, why
if
would
he
you
moves from the 1 spot to the 2 spot in the lineup?
But wait a minute, you want to move him to the 3, don't you?
No, I want him in the 2, which is where we started last year. Mookie 1, Shohei 2. Let Mookie get on base for Shohei.
But playing your theory out to the end, why not bat him 3rd?
'Cause
Lead off Mookie, hit Freddie Freeman 2nd, and then there'll be 2 guys on base.
Because then you're giving up 25% of his at-bats if you move him to the 3 spot. So you just reduce his at-bats by a few by moving from 1 to 2.
Even if it's his personal preference to lead off,
by the
you
way,
would say, sorry, man, there's no one on base, we're moving you.
I have no idea what his preference is. Do you?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know that Shohei's come out and said it's leadoff or bust.
But isn't Ohtani someone who also wants to be on base because he can create movement with his speed on bases and steal? But he's not stealing as much as he did last year, obviously. But I think you always just have to put your best hitter off the top.
It's so. First of all, I think you want a high on base average. He's a great leadoff hitter. Let's face it. Guy stole 50 bases last year. I just want him to be in a position where he has an opportunity to drive more runs. And when the bottom third of the lineup is going 1 for 31 over the weekend, and Shohei has 1 RBI on a solo home run, that lineup is Brian. What do you think? Lineup needs to shift a little bit. Yeah.
You know, when I was listening to the game when he hit this home run and they talked about the solo, I instantly thought of your your case here. The one caveat was you're moving an MVP and Mookie Betts up to the front, so I'm not against it.
It is true. It is.
You're
Mookie
just switching
is
MVP for an MVP, so if it's gonna double his RBI take, I'm all for it.
Yeah. I wonder if it's even being. I may be the only guy talking about this. I don't know.
Well, here's something that would lend itself to your theory.
Okay.
The best hitter in baseball, and it's not close, is Aaron Judge.
Right.
He hit 2nd. Always has.
Yeah.
So that at least gets one guy on base in front of him.
Right.
And then you got to pitch to him because Cody Bellinger and Paul Goldschmidt hit right behind him.
Yep.
If you put Shohei there and you put Freddie Freeman and Teoscar Hernandez behind him, he's still going to see pitches.
Oh, yeah.
So your theory actually on paper plays out nice.
And I think it takes into something else, too, where who can tell Shohei what to do on this team? Is it Dave Roberts? Is it Andrew Friedman? I know he and Shohei's clause when he signed with the team that if Friedman leaves, he can opt out of his contract. But who, if this was a situation where Ohtani had to,
I think this is a fascinating subject. What you just brought up. Let me answer your question with a question. Who on the Lakers can tell LeBron no?
Nobody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So who on the Dodgers can tell Shohei no? Nobody.
Right.
Shohei does what he wants, and if he stops producing, then you might able to do it. But in the case of both LeBron and Shohei, these guys produce at the highest possible level. They get to do what they want.
People keep asking, well, is Shohei going to pitch? When's he going to pitch? Ask Shohei.
Yeah.
I mean, now he's going to a lot of help from the health and science department of the Dodgers and all that stuff, and they've got a robust practice there. But if Shohei says, I'm pitching, Doc, he's going to pitch.
Right.
Yeah, so you're right. I don't think there's anybody that can tell Shohei exactly what to do. Now, I don't know if he's married to the leadoff spot in the lineup, but if he wants to stay, then he obviously stays. All right, coming up next for you, going to spin the wheel of questions. It is Emily's wheel today, and coming up next also, there's a commercial that proves Bill Belichick's girlfriend is out of control. Did you see that?
No.
We'll do it next. Coming up with the wheel and that, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
If you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter, and right now you can use it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter was invented by a guy named Ian Siegel, and as Ian puts it, they don't leave anything to chance. They use an algorithm. It's a computer that matches you to the people with the best skills for your job, and they do it quickly. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So what are you waiting for? Speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Just go to that exclusive web address to try it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
I don't know about throw hands, but I'll call those redcoats. Be like, that guy slapped me on the ass.
Oh, you're going to be like LeBron? You're going to kick fans out now?
Yeah.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
NextGen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, NextGen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an $88 heating and AC tune-up from NextGen. Call 833-3-NEXTGen today.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXTGen.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Mother's Day is coming up fast and you don't want to drop the ball. Show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just minutes, and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. Visit proflowers.com/sports or use the code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee, so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
Do you know how this goes?
I ask the question. I say, this is a good one.
Okay. And I say...
That's a dumbass question.
So over the weekend, I had some car issues, as well as I had some things that I needed to get built in my house.
Okay.
And both of these are just a threshold above, like, do I do it myself or do I pay someone else to do this for peace of mind?
Yeah, I had one like this weekend too. Go ahead.
Right. And so there is, for me, kind of a threshold number that I'm like, it's cheap enough to get someone else to do it that I'll just, my peace of mind is worthwhile. So what is the line for you? What's the number for you that I'm like, this is just too expensive, I'll try it myself?
Normally for me it's $100. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Over the weekend my washing machine stopped working properly. Like water was coming out of the bottom.
Okay.
It was backing up. So I called a washing machine repair company and they said, okay, we'll come out and take a look. So he came out. I go, what's it going to cost me? He said $99. I said, done.
There you go.
Came out, take a look at it. Now I find out the washing machine's fine. I need to get the drain out to the street, snaked.
So it wasn't even the right thing.
Right, but I wouldn't have known that, and I would have spent hours trying to figure it out.
Sure.
And so now I'll pay the plumber to do it, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
But if he would have said over 100, I probably would have tried to fix it myself.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I'm a big, how much is it going to cost me guy. Like, I am not good at assembling stuff, fixing stuff. Juan's pretty good. But I am just terrible. So if Juan can't do it, like we're messing around with the new TV now. We got a brand new TV. It's like there's 3 remotes. We're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. We're in that stage right now. I'd almost call Isaac to come over, Isaac from Your Audio Video, to come over and say, all right, I'll program all this for you.
Which he would do.
Which he would absolutely do.
Yeah.
But I have very low tolerance for home improvement.
Here's a follow-up to this. So when you call this place They give you a quote. It's like, hey, we'll come here. This is what it will cost for you to do that. Is there a number that you'll then call other people, or do you always call a bunch of people when you need a quote for something?
I called 3.
Okay.
To fix my what I want more than anything else is somebody that's not going to make me wait 4 days.
Correct. I want somebody who's available.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so as long as they have positive reviews, like the place I ended up going with had like 99% positive reviews. Then I'm good.
We all rely on the reviews for service providers, right? Or do we all
and
look
I
at
wonder if
I always look at them.
Me too. But I wonder if we're all being taken to the cleaners, because if you had a company, wouldn't you just fix it that you had all positive reviews?
100%.
You
Yeah.
would, but
create
would you
fake
be able
accounts?
to overwhelm the negative reviews if
Sure.
you were getting negative
If
reviews?
it was important to you, if you spent a lot of time on it, yeah, just write 100 reviews yourself.
Let me tell you why the situation came up. Was my car battery died because I left my lights on like a stupid person, and
Happens to everybody.
Exactly. And so, but my key to my car is also, it's only electric, so I can only get in if the car's battery works. So I also have to get someone to break into my car, basically. And then I asked them to jump my car, which was nice. They did that. And then I had to do some other stuff. I don't have AAA. I know. I need to get it done.
You need
Travis
to get AAA.
Travis has told me 5 times.
Because aren't you in a family that's all girls?
Yes.
I'm surprised your dad didn't make all you girls get AAA.
We were on their AAA, but then now we're not my parents
okay.
anymore,
Okay,
or at least
got it.
I'm not. So anyway, person quoted me, and I called 2 other places to make sure it's a fair price, and then I just picked the person that got there the fastest. But I leave them a good review because they also jumped my car as well, and they were very fast. So I think they're up to the top because they often have good reviews.
You know what reviews I never believe, and I throw these out, the ones that say worst of the worst. I think somebody's just got an axe to grind if they say worst of the worst. It'll be like all positive reviews and then one person out of nowhere, worst of the worst. It's
I
like,
get that.
Put some thought into your review. What is actually worst?
Have you guys ever written a bad review?
No.
Have you, John?
No,
and
I'm afraid it's gonna come. They're gonna hunt me down and
Really?
because I'm a public figure.
That's true. That's true.
They're gonna say you
Right.
ruined my business, and I'll end up in court.
And
So
but
what I
here's-
do though is, because I talk for a living, if I have a bad experience someplace, I'll share it on the air all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say, I went to this place and it was awful.
Yeah, I never leave a positive review either. I just don't leave any reviews. I'm using everybody else's reviews, then I'm contributing nothing to the
You know what
process.
I always do? Every time because I stay in hotels 100 nights a year,
Yep.
anytime somebody at a hotel goes out of their way to help me, I write a note to the GM of the hotel.
Oh, nice.
That's nice of you.
I say, I was in a fix, and Steve Mason at your front desk got me out of it, and he went
that's
above
really
and
good.
beyond the Call of Duty. And I always end it with something like, I know a guy in your job deals primarily with complaints. Thought you might like to hear from somebody who was really happy.
That's very nice.
And everybody is incredibly
Oh,
thankful.
and I'm sure the person is just like,
Yeah.
you know, they're
And most
excited
people
at
at
work.
hotels are service oriented. They want to help you, but
Yeah.
every once in a while you run into somebody who doesn't get it.
Yeah.
I've written one bad review.
Okay.
It's because they messed up my hair pretty
Well,
badly.
that's rough.
At a, what type
At
of
a
place?
salon. I was
Okay.
getting my bangs cut, and it was just it was a lot. And they also made me feel not great. Like they kind of rushed me, made me feel weird and stuff. So I wrote the not positive review.
Did you get a response from anyone?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's either that they are taking it to heart or they don't care,
Yeah.
and which
All right.
probably the other.
So let me throw something at you guys before we get to sports graffiti. Brian, do you know what is happening tonight in New York City?
I do, yes.
The
Yes.
Met Gala.
Right.
Oh,
All right.
my God.
So exciting.
Such
Now,
idiots.
what Tina Fey once referred to as the world's biggest jerk parade. I've always thought to myself, if I got invited to the Met, Ben Lyons used to date somebody connected to the Met Gala, and he got to go once.
Okay, cool.
So
What do you wear? Like a bird cage
Tuxedo-
over his head or
I
something?
think he just wore a tuxedo.
Yeah,
And
carrying a human head, or
But
what do they do over there?
I'm gonna tell you guys the rules, and you tell me, would you want to go even if you got invited?
Okay.
Now, Mace, the first one you're gonna hate.
Okay.
No phones, no selfies. Check your phone at the.
No,
you-
at an event like this, I'm okay. Like, for example, at my house at the party, I was not really. There were a couple of pictures taken, but not a lot
But
of pictures.
there's a whole line of pictures being taken, so you'll
Okay.
get a picture of you.
Okay.
Oh, right.
No-
There are photographers all over. Yeah.
No garlic, no onion, no parsley.
Well, I mean, I guess that's okay. Why
No flavor.
parsley? What do they have against parsley?
Smelly?
It is.
It's delicious.
This rule exists to avoid breath issues and getting green stuff stuck in your teeth.
Okay.
Foods that could stain those jaw-dropping designer gowns like
I
bruschetta
thought you were gonna say
are
veneers.
also off the table.
Yes.
You couldn't have
All right.
wonderful Waba Grill tacos.
That's right.
Yeah. No smoking of any kind. You've kind of switched to gummies, so you'd be
Yeah,
okay
I have.
with
Yeah,
that.
I'd be okay.
Yeah, and that's primarily.
I'd stumble in okay.
Okay.
And then people wear the stupidest stuff.
You're right.
Just stupid.
Because they're all trying to make a scene. Now, here's the one that I couldn't believe. If you get invited,
Yep.
okay, you still have to pay for your ticket. All right? It's not like a party where you don't have to pay to get in.
It's a fundraiser.
Right. One ticket, $75,000. If you want a table, $350,000.
Oh my God, that's
and
insane.
you do not get to pick who sits at your table. Anna Wintour does a seating chart, and she's the only one allowed to do it. So if the four of us wanted to go together, even if we had like $300,000, because it would cost us $75,000 each,
Right.
we would not necessarily be allowed to sit together because she does the seating chart.
It's very Devil Wears Prada.
Right.
But I think, by the way, I think that's kind of cool, is to sit with different people that you don't like. I was once at an event and Paul Haggis and Javier Bardem were at the table. I'm like, ooh, what do I say? What do you say? But I did. I managed to have conversations. I think that's cool.
One of the coolest nights I've ever had, I've told the story in there a lot before, is I told it when Deacon Fry was on last month. There used to be this thing. There was a great Lakers season ticket holder. He passed away. We lost him a few years ago. A guy named Joe Smith that ran, I think it was Capitol Records. Might have been RCA. He was a huge music executive. And Joe was a great host. So he would host what we used to call the Masters of the Universe dinner.
Yeah, right. I heard about
And
these.
they would invite all the announcers. They'd invite the head coach. Back in the day, Phil Jackson would go. Mitch Kupchak would go. And then me and Michael and Stu and
Cool.
Billy. And so Michael and I go sit down. Michael and I are at the same table. And in between us is Glenn Fry from the Eagles. And to Michael's right is Joe Walsh. And then across from us was the guy that ran Activision.
Wow.
And it was just so fun. I've never talked less. We just listened to these guys tell stories all night. So I get what you're saying about it's kind of fun to go with where you don't have control over the seats.
Yeah. Mix it up a little. By the way, and I guess this is part of it. They raised $26 million for charity at the last one. But who knows how much money they put into their outfits and all that stuff.
And I think most of those are sponsored by those designers. So the designers will pay the people who wear them aren't paying necessarily for the gowns that they're wearing. It's because the designer wants that to be seen at the Met Gala.
See, I would use a designer from the pet shop, and I would put a bird cage over my head with a live bird inside the bird cage.
Okay,
now,
I'm
would
glad
that not grab everybody's
I'm glad
attention?
you brought this up.
I'd make all of the montages of weirdest Met Gala costumes.
I'm glad you brought this up.
The bird
you
cage?
are not allowed to do that.
Really?
You have to run everything by Anna Wintour, including all things in your outfit. You'd have to describe the cage, the live bird, all of it, and she either says thumbs up or something. You're right,
She might
Emma.
like it though.
It's like Meryl Streep's character in Devil Wears
in
Prada.
fairness, they let him go in
She might
holding
approve
a
it.
head.
Right.
That was Jared Leto holding a replica of his own head.
Yes.
And that's stylish, apparently.
Yes.
Well, do you know who one of the chairmen is this year? He's not going.
LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hurt his knee, so he's not going.
The theme is super fine tailoring black style. So I think it's like Lewis Hamilton. I want to say it's also Coleman Domingo.
Pharrell.
Yeah.
A$AP Rocky.
A lot of he's like forefront and like black fashion.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we'll look for the goofy
you'll
pictures
see
to come out
all
soon.
sorts of pictures
Yep.
tonight.
Expect those, and we'll make fun of them tomorrow. So make sure you're here for that.
Was it is that where Kim wore the Marilyn Monroe dress one year? And she only wore it to walk in, and then she took it off because she was worried about getting it stained or
Yeah,
something?
I want to say that theme was like Americana or something like that. She wore it a couple years ago.
Got it. All right, coming up next for you, we're going to do some sports graffiti. Big weekend, lot going on. 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Maybe you got some outgoing Lakers stuff, or Clippers get eliminated in Game 7, or the Dodgers. Maybe you got to take on the idea of moving Shohei back in the lineup a little bit to see some RBI opportunities. All that stuff. 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN, and we will get your calls coming up next. In the meantime, if you were injured in an accident over the weekend, and today you're saying, how do I handle this? Here's your to-do list for the day. First, call the rental car company. Second, wait to receive a call from the insurance company. Then, make sure you don't say the wrong thing to them. Otherwise, you jeopardize your case. Third, you call a doctor for an appointment. Maybe they can't see you for a week. Even then, they would only be referring you to a specialist. Make this easy. If you're injured in an accident, immediately call my friend Jacob. He and his team are going to handle everything for you. They'll make sure you got the rental car. They'll speak with the insurance company on your behalf and won't screw it up the way you might. And most importantly, they will set you up with a specialist so you can start the healing process and get your health back in order. And you don't pay a penny out of pocket. Call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com. And with tonight being Cinco de Mayo, Jacob wants to make sure everybody has got a plan. If you are going to celebrate tonight, make sure you got a designated driver or utilize Uber or Lyft. Be safe out there. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. How do we grill to order at Waba Grill? It's just better for you. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Sweet spot.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Because it's
dragging the field.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
It's quiet. You're outside.
That's
it's
cool.
Sunny. I love it.
Turning on the sprinkler.
Spraying the dirt with the hose.
Love it.
Dragging the field.
I think when you got to bring
line.
out when it rains and you got to bring out the tarp.
Oh, no.
I always wanted to do that.
That looks like hard work. I'd like to avoid
fun.
hard work.
And I would mess it up and I'd get run over
it
by the
happens
tarp.
occasionally
I know.
where somebody stumbles and they just, by the way, that would be terrifying. Being stuck underneath that thing. Right? That's not like a piece of saran wrap. That is a heavy-duty piece of vinyl or whatever it is.
I may have to bring out the Rambo
scary.
blade.
I would lose my damn mind if I got run over by that cylinder.
I'm getting claustrophobic.
That would be crazy.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, big weekend. Lots of things to talk about. Ireland Sports Graffiti, take it away.
All right, here we go. Nick in Dallas. Hey, Nick, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, how you guys doing? I love your show.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, I've been out here in Dallas for 5 years, and I can tell you right now from the sports talk radio shows, Randy Carlisle and Jason Kidd have told Luka to get in shape. So as a Laker fan, I'm happy Luka's a Laker. But my father told me growing up that when you play in high school in sports, you're playing for fun. College, you're playing for the alma mater. Now, when you're a professional athlete, it's a business. So Luka has to know that. So at some point, this message has to get to him. So I think he'll finally get the message, and things move forward, and he'll start getting in better shape, take care of his body. All he really has to do is do that, play better defense, and he'll be unstoppable. But
there you go. Hey, Nick, think about this. Think about this. Luka cost himself $100 million for not getting in shape. That's why Dallas gave up on him.
Right.
$100 million. So, yeah, if that doesn't motivate you, nothing will motivate you.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's Stan in Pasadena. Hey, Stan, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys. We were all sad to see the Kings get beat by Edmonton again. But I just want to give a huge shout-out to my golf buddy and friend, Nick Nixon. I mean, the guy is a consummate professional. What a great guy. And him and Foxy do a wonderful job on the broadcast. So we'll be playing a lot of golf because he's, it's done, but he's wonderful career, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Here's, and by the way, Stan, and I'm sure you guys all know this if you play golf with Nick, never, as big as he got in even reaching the Hall of Fame, never changed. Same guy that he was when he started 30 years ago. Nice to everybody. And I often say that, we had 4 Hall of Fame announcers, and they left a blueprint how all of us should act. Vin Scully, Chick Hearn, Bob Miller, and Dick Enberg, and everybody has.
Yep.
If you get, I'm lucky enough to have one of these jobs, you get one of these jobs and you act like a jerk, you'll stick out like a sore thumb because guys like Nick never act like a jerk.
Right. By the way, after the 4th consecutive first-round playoff exit for the Kings, they announced today that General Manager, Vice President of Hockey Operations, Rob Blake, will not return.
And I was told, maybe we'll ask Luke when we get him on, I was told that this was actually mutual.
Oh, really? It says will not return. It doesn't say.
That Rob said, you know what? I've tried 4 times to get past these guys. I'm not enjoying this. I've tried everything we can do. Try somebody else. So I think that both sides mutually agreed to break up. Oscar in Baldwin Park. Hey, Oscar, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, fellas, real quick. Lakers, I got to admit, I don't have to deal with the stress for the next couple months of the playoffs, man. That first round was something else, and I thought they were going to get out of it. Shout out to Ant-Man. I'm actually rooting for the Timberwolves now to win the championship. At least we can say we're not to the champions. I would have liked to have seen LeBron and Steph Curry second round, but it ain't going to happen. And also, there's the Clipper fans out there, man. Hey, I feel you. Even though I don't know any of you, all Clipper fans are Laker haters. So, hey, man, it's a predictable James Harden choke job. Always next year. You guys have a good one.
There you go. Man, see ya. Yep. But what's frustrating, Mace, is that had the Lakers beaten Minnesota, they'd have home court.
Home court, yeah.
Yeah, because Golden State won that series. They're actually the 7.
Right.
So,
and he said he didn't like the stress. I'm like, no, I love the stress
that's
of the
what
playoffs.
makes it fun.
The stress is fun.
Tony in L.A. Hey, Tony, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
How you doing, gentlemen? I'm so sick of every year the Lakers trying to figure out what can they do for LeBron. We are the Lakers. What can LeBron do for the Lakers? We've had great players before, and LeBron has to understand he's just one of them. Just like Luka will understand, he's just one of them. And we have a standard for our great players, and it's what can they do for us. LeBron cost us Game 4, and nobody wants to say it because he made a great defensive play at the end. LeBron shot a 27-footer when we were up 1 with 90 seconds left. He throws the ball away. He fouls an Ant-Man falling out of bounds.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to say, LeBron cost us that
No,
game.
we will say LeBron was tired. They were all tired in Game 4.
But
That's
Tony,
what I would say.
Tony, let me ask you a question.
I don't want to hear that.
Well, why do you think nobody has ever run 5 guys out there for an entire half in an NBA playoff
Tony,
game?
let me ask you a question. LeBron is going to be – there's only 15 guys that get named All-NBA. He's probably going to be second-team All-NBA this year after putting up those numbers. You really think the Lakers would be better off without LeBron?
No. I'm not saying better off without him, but what I'm saying is every year we try to say, what can we give LeBron?
Okay, Tony,
I think
that question.
What can LeBron do?
I think that question has changed. The question is now, what can we do for Luka? It's what can we do for this next era of basketball? What can we do to set Luka up for the best success possible?
I don't, and Tony was clear that this was not part of his argument, but I absolutely do not understand the argument that the Lakers would be better off without LeBron. It makes no sense to me. Mike in Northridge. Hey, Mike, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys, I got a couple of rants here.
Okay.
First of all, I'm sure you guys heard that Mr. Harden is the first player in NBA history to lose 4 Game 7s with 4 different teams. I can't stand the guy, so I was happy about that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm so sick of Golden State and Curry with his mouthpiece hanging out.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else pissing you off today?
No,
just those two.
Lakers.
All right, good,
good,
Mike. I'm glad we could provide an outlet
he
for
was
you.
Really,
Yeah, he's in a good
No,
mood. Huh?
nothing positive from that guy.
Marcus.
It's like Adele.
In Artesia.
Adele.
Yeah. Hey, Marcus, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
I got one Lakers problem just within the playoffs was that JJ went away from the excitement that the Lakers brought in the final, 24 games with the full lineup. He went to the he just went too quick to something else. I think he thought it through and just played at hand, and I think that causes. I would like to see Dalton connect, etc. But my final thing is, I'm surprised nobody has done it before, but I'm going to shoot my shot.
Okay.
Can I fill in for one of you guys on a sick day, please?
Yes, absolutely. It'll be late notice with me. I mean, you'll find out about an hour before the show that I need you.
Let's do it February 31st. Let's do it then.
February
Good
31st.
idea.
Perfect.
Jay in Pasadena. Hey, Jay, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys, a comment and then a question. Comment. If JJ and Nico think that Luka's out of shape, I would hate to hear what they have to say about me. Yeah, that guy's out of shape and throwing up 30, 40 points a game. God help me in what shape I'm in. And then second, let's say hell freezes over and the Clippers actually did someday, somehow win a championship.
Yeah.
What do you think the reaction would be in the town? I would never show up for that parade.
Well, no, here's what I think would happen. When the Angels won the World Series in 2002, we celebrated the Angels for about 3 weeks. They were worried about who would show up for a parade, so they did the parade at Disneyland, which was really smart.
Sure.
Because there were already thousands of people at Disneyland. I think if the Clippers had a parade, it would be literally through the parking lot and into it, and then they would do a celebration inside the dome. Because I don't think Clipper fans would line the streets.
I don't think so. It's not. They're not marching down Figueroa at any point here.
Yeah. Let's squeeze a couple more in here. Jonathan, Santa Clarita, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys. So two-word name here, Dalton Rushing. Get to know this kid. He's in OKC. He's buried behind Will Smith at catcher, so there's no chance of him coming up to the Major League roster as a catcher. But they have him playing left field now. So I think that we're going to be seeing him coming up to the
excellent information. Dalton Rushing is a premium prospect, and he's been blocked because he's a catcher, and they've got Will Smith now working him in left field. You're right. That makes a ton of sense.
But keep in mind, this is what they tried to do, Jonathan, with Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux was an infielder. They said, he's blocked. Let's put him in the outfield, and it was kind of a disaster. So let's see how Rushing does as an outfielder.
I also think that it could be when Austin Barnes is no longer on this team at some point in time, then it could be that Dalton Rushing comes in and takes the days off of Will Smith, because Austin Barnes is really only here because Clayton Kershaw. Because he's Clayton Kershaw's guy and takes the time off of Will Smith. But if you're Dalton Rushing and that talented, you want to play more than that.
I think they've also assigned him to, is it Dustin May or Roki Sasaki? But Barnes is also married to one of them now.
He pitched, or Barnes was yesterday.
So Dustin May?
Dustin May, it sounds like, yeah.
All right,
yeah. But one note here.
Yeah.
Gavin Lux is having a breakout year with the Cincinnati Reds.
Good for him.
He's batting .317. He's got a .410 on base percentage.
You knew this would happen.
He is raking right now. He is 8th right now in the National League in batting average, 14th in the entire Major League Baseball.
Last one is Carlos in Orange County. Hey, Carlos, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to talk about Max Muncy, man. I think he's a liability defensively for the playoffs, man. And one more thing, we got to talk to Luke Robitaille over here, firing people already, getting rid of his vice president and what was it, the vice assistant general manager or something like that?
The general manager.
Rob Blake. But again, what I'm hearing, Carlos, is that Rob and the Kings both decided this isn't working, let's blow it up. So I don't think there's any animosity there. I think Rob wanted to go and the Kings wanted to try something new, and they just decided to break up. Sometimes that actually happens.
Yeah,
Breakups are mutual.
By the way, Rob Blake, Bowling Green State University, won a national championship there when I was there.
Oral Hershiser and Rob Blake are the only 3 graduates of Bowling Green who I know.
Oral Hershiser, I just heard from my friend Eddie, who says Oral just gave the commencement address at Bowling Green State University, his alma mater.
So if they asked you, would you do it?
I would. God, I would. Yeah, I'm not big enough.
Yeah, I'm not big enough to do it at UCLA. But you or I am big enough to do
what
at Corona Del Mar.
I am big enough for Mommy High School.
Why have our respective high schools never asked us?
Call Corona Del Mar, check and see who's speaking at their graduation.
I don't think anyone is. I think it's just the valedictorian.
Oh, you should definitely give a speech.
Exactly.
John Ireland.
me and Billy Mack.
Right.
Yeah, I will go up and tell the kids what to look for, and Billy will bring a parade of flight attendants who they can date if they're successful.
And he'll be on his phone the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would love to do it. I've done one commencement address, but it was years and years ago.
Was it a high school? College,
it was a high
middle
school.
High school.
Yeah, I would love to be. It's Dr. Oral Hershiser now. I would love to have
What's
a
doctorate.
doctorate.
What's he have a doctorate in?
He commencement speaker. They gave him a
Gave him
doctorate.
an honorary doctorate?
Honorary doctorate.
I've never gotten an honorary anything.
Yeah.
What?
That ain't right.
Yeah, you've gotten honors, but not an honorary doctorate.
Nobody ever gave me a doctorate.
No, that's true. I would love a doctorate. I don't know what I would do different, but it would make me. Dr. Steve Mason sounds really good. Dr. Mace. Hey, Dr. Mace.
If I was ever given a doctorate, I would insist on people referring to me as doctor.
Oh,
wouldn't
me
you?
too. Absolutely.
My mom is a veterinarian, and she just retired last week, but her maiden name is Johnston, and so she has always gone by Dr. J.
Dr. J.
Oh, I love that.
like that a lot. I like that a
well,
lot.
I know when Dr. Jerry Buss, the late great owner of the Lakers, his doctorate was in chemistry.
Chemistry, right.
Yeah, he wasn't a medical doctor, but once he completed his chemistry doctorate, everybody referred to him, including his kids, as Dr. Buss.
Dr. Buss.
Which
Absolutely.
I thought was smart.
All right, coming up next for you, John. There's a commercial out there that proves Bill Belichick's girlfriend is out of control. We'll do that coming up next. In the meantime, if you have not been to Cosm yet, man, you're missing out. This is the ultimate sports experience. Imagine watching all your favorite sports like NBA, NHL, Premier League Soccer, UFC, WWE, more on massive high-resolution displays. You are surrounded by the most passionate fans in LA. You got to experience the Dome. These huge wraparound screens. They're above you. They're around you. They're under. I mean, you will feel like you're at the game. Like, for example, tonight, Nuggets Thunder, Game 1. Tomorrow night, Golden State, Minnesota, Game 1. Wednesday, you're looking for Wednesday afternoon, noon, see Cirque du Soleil. Great stuff in the Dome. They also have the Hall, which is gigantic screens wall to wall, like a gigantic sports bar. And the food and the craft cocktails are so good there. Get your tickets now. Go to Cosm.com. That's COSM.com, Cosm.com, or use the Cosm mobile app. Again, that's Cosm.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
After 30 years and more than 20,000 transactions, Seller's Advantage knows how to get you more for your home.
No agent fees, no commissions, just an as-is cash offer.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com.
A sports station, 710 ESPN.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
What's up, people? It is Monday. Let's see. Lakers over the weekend didn't play. Kings over there didn't play. Clippers over the weekend lost. Haha.
Everybody lost.
Yeah, everybody lost.
1 and 10
It's
between
amazing.
the Lakers, the Clippers, and the
amazing.
Kings. You'd figure one of them would fire.
Somebody would survive to the second round.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, so what's this commercial you're talking
Okay,
about?
so I don't know if do you remember during the Super Bowl there was a big Dunkin' Donuts commercial?
Yes.
And I don't know if you know this, but I went back and looked at it. Did you know that Jordan Hudson is in that commercial?
I did not.
Yeah, she's in that commercial. And apparently the reason why is she forced herself in. This is what the makers of the commercial say. The makers of the commercial say that she was not originally going to be in the ad, but she... let's see. It looks like the makers of the commercial, according to Affleck's Hudson, she forced her way in, but Bill saw it as a way for her to get paid. People said they've never seen anything like it, a source told the New York Post.
So you think she put herself in there just to get a check?
To get a check!
Well,
Pretty
they
big
say,
check, though.
Well, they say before she dated Belichick, she was a cosmetologist.
Yeah.
And she's been with Belichick for 6 months, or after she'd been with him for 6 months, she had $8 million in real estate holdings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just...
And with commercials, it's not only the initial payment of you're in this commercial right now, it's all the residuals. Especially a commercial like that is going to get a ton of residuals, could play for years.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's
so
true.
she always has a stream of income.
So the other day I tried to do this. You wouldn't go along with it. I think we should come up with a name for this coupling. The Jordan Hudson, Bill Belichick coupling, like Benefers, that kind of stuff. So what would we call this couple?
Like Hud Bill or Hud Check?
How about Hud Check is
Hud
good.
Check's not bad.
Joe Check is good. Joe Check.
Joe Check, okay.
Hud Check. I think, what do you like better, Joe Check or Hud Check?
Jorbil?
You know what? That one.
Jorbill.
Yeah,
Jorbil. What do you think, Brian?
Jorbil sounds like a.
That's the funniest one.
That is the
Sounds like a
funniest one.
rodent.
I think that's where we. I
Sounds
think
like
we go
Jorbil,
with
yeah.
Jorbil.
I like Jorbil better than Hud Check.
Yeah, I do too. So Jorbil. That's the
Check
latest
sounds
on
like
Jorbil.
a hockey player.
Yeah.
It does.
Hud
It
Check
does.
does sound like hockey.
But that's the worst possible name, so I'm in favor.
All right. So if you've been living under a rock, you may not know that Stephen A. Smith is being talked about as a potential presidential candidate. As a matter of fact, President Trump endorsed Stephen A. Smith last week and said, I hope he runs.
Okay.
Now, as it turns out, as you know, Stephen A. has many, many platforms to give opinions.
Yes, he does.
He has his own podcast. He has First Take. He has, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the other day, Stephen A. made it known that he doesn't want Donald Trump's job. He wants Joe Rogan's job. Listen to this.
Here's my aspiration, and I want my team, not just you out there, to listen to what I'm about to say, because I'm very, very serious about this. If there was a position that I clamor for more than anything in the world, it's the position that Joe Rogan was in leading up to the election. Kamala Harris should have gone to visit him. Donald Trump did. And there's a lot of people who have speculated that is a huge reason why Donald Trump won the election. I don't know whether that's true or not, but would I desire people talking about me having that kind of impact? You damn right I would. It is my hope that everybody in Capitol Hill knows that I'm one of the people they have to come through en route to their aspirations for higher office, because I got news for you. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay in their ass every chance I get, because I'm sick of what they've done to the American people.
Okay, so Stephen A. says if he could pick his own job, he'd want to be Joe Rogan.
He'd want to influence the next election.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, Brian, I'll start with you. Here's the question. You have to get out of this job, okay? This job no longer exists, okay?
Damn.
But
sucks.
that's the bad news.
Right.
The good news is you still have to work.
Okay.
But you get to pick the job you're going to, all right? So you can have any job in the world that you want, but you still have to work. Where are you going?
Sorry, Joe Davis. Time to move over.
Oh,
Broncos time.
Okay. Dodger play-by-play guy.
All right,
Love that.
Emily Hebel, any job in the world, your job no longer, you're apparently producing 2 shows isn't enough.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Your jobs no longer exist. What's your new job?
I think my job would be head of HBO, probably. Because,
love it.
You're in a point of power. You get the stories brought to you first.
Yep.
If you want something, it's going to be on your air, and you need to choose the coolest shows out there.
They do
HBO.
have the best
All right,
shows.
so
yeah.
Emily, I didn't know you felt this way. You need to read a book I read last year.
Okay.
About the history of HBO.
Love it.
By James Andrew Miller. It's very, very long. It's like 900 pages long.
I'm into it.
But Mace, you would love that book because they go over every show, how it's like, whether it be Game of Thrones, Sopranos, anything that's ever been on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yep.
Anything that's
Is
ever been on
Succession
HBO.
in there yet, or was it too?
Yeah,
before
no,
that?
a big part of it.
Hey, by the way, what shows are you watching now? Are you watching The Last of Us?
Okay, so watching The Last of Us, I like it a lot.
Did you watch Righteous Gemstones? Last night was the finale.
I love Righteous Gemstones. Danny McBride went to my high school.
Oh, really? Danny
so
McBride is so damn funny.
He's the only famous person from our high school, so I'll claim Danny McBride. I think that show is the funniest show. It's been on HBO since Veep, and even during Veep.
It's for sure the most inappropriate show.
I love it. And
It is so inappropriate.
I love
Brian,
Judy.
who's the most famous person ever to come out of your high school?
Damian Williams.
The
Super
football
Bowl
player?
champ.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's
Mace,
good.
is your high school you? Is the answer you?
Probably me. Me or, I mean, yeah, me.
Because you're
I'm just going to say
he's from a
boldly me.
small town in
Yeah.
Ohio. You had a Heisman Trophy winner, but nobody knows who that is.
No, it was in the 50s or the 40s.
Yeah.
Dick Kazmaier
All
went
right,
to
so
Yale.
you guys tell me who's the biggest of these 3, okay? One is Leslie Mann.
Okay.
Went to
She's
my
great.
high school.
She's great.
Yeah.
Okay. One is Mark McGrath, lead singer of Sugar Ray.
Okay.
All right. And the third one is McGee, the director, who was best friends with McGrath.
Right.
That's how McGee started, before he started doing movies like Terminator and We Are Marshall and This Means War and Charlie's Angels. He used to produce Sugar Ray's music videos, and that's how he got started in business. So of those 3, who's the biggest? Leslie Mann, Mark McGrath, McGee.
To me, Leslie Mann, because I know her more.
Yeah, I would say Leslie
I
Mann
agree.
also.
I'd say Mark McGrath.
Yeah,
Mark
got the
McGrath
music
is
industry
great.
as
By
well,
the
yeah.
way, Mace was in the Toyota celebrity race with McGrath.
He did beat me.
And everyone beat you. I told Mace this. McGrath, when you meet him, you think there's no way this guy is this nice. There's another shoe that's about to drop.
Really cool guy.
He's one of the rare people that actually is that nice.
Yeah,
Just
he
a
is.
great guy.
Yeah.
All right, so
the job thing, the switching the job thing.
yeah, you know me. I want to wait until this administration is over, but I want to be White House press secretary. I want to wait till the parties don't hate each other as much as they do now. But
Wait a
I
minute,
want to.
you're going to be waiting a long time.
No, it can't get any more polarized.
You think?
Right? No, I mean, of course, they're ready
But
to
you
kill
think it's
each
going to
other.
get better? I don't
Yes.
think it's getting better.
I think whoever wins the next election, because it won't be Biden and it won't be Trump. It'll be somebody else.
Yeah.
I want to be press secretary, no matter what party wins. By the way.
No matter what party.
Yes.
Yep.
I want to be the
You
one.
can spin either direction.
I want to be C.J. Craig.
Yeah.
Mace, can I sell you on something?
Yeah.
I think that you would want to be Mike White. So you can go on fancy, expensive
My
vacations.
former neighbor, Mike White.
Yeah.
Work every other year. and while you're at work, you're just at a beautiful place.
At a beautiful
and
resort,
you're
yeah.
renowned. Everyone loves you.
Yeah,
And
I think
by the
that's
way,
a good one.
When you're bored, just stick yourself in a movie like he did in School of Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it weren't for the sex, I'd say Pope. Pope looks like a cool job. I mean, they would conclave me, wouldn't they?
Yeah, you get a Pope-mobile.
Well, but
You
see,
get
the
a
thing about-
Pope-mobile, get a
the
super
thing
tall
about-
hat.
The thing about you is he was more tolerant of alternative lifestyles than
Right,
most
he
recent
was.
popes.
You're right.
If you became Pope, then everybody's
Right.
good.
The thing I love about the Pope is the scepter. Like, very few people get a scepter, but he has got one when he wears the really tall hat. But I would actually say Michael Strahan. I think Michael Strahan's got a great job. NFL analyst plus host of Good Morning America.
Well, see, if we're going there, I want to be Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest is great.
Because he has 19 jobs and they all pay tons of money.
Especially Wheel of Fortune.
Amen.
Yeah.
And little work.
Do you guys know that they only film Wheel of Fortune 2 weekends a month?
Yep.
Yeah.
He does like 5 shows on Saturday, 5 shows on Sunday, comes back 2 weeks later, they do the same thing.
Same for Family Feud. They do a bunch in one day.
Who's doing the feud now?
I think
Is
it's
it still Steve
Harvey.
Harvey?
I think it's still Harvey. My friend was actually
Still
on
a
it.
great night.
Still a great night. He will always be remembered for that. All right, coming up next, a big celebrity sighting at a hot Hollywood restaurant, John, that you and I have both been to. Plus, way too early NFL power rankings. We will do that coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. AvnerGatt.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
Stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't.
This guy was on Saturday Night Live this week. Benson
flips?
Boone. He found a way to do a flip. That's what he did. What award show did he do the flip at? The Grammys.
Grammys.
Yeah, he did a
He
big
was nominated
flip.
for Best New Artist.
And I thought he was great, although both of his songs sounded exactly the same.
I thought SNL was good this week.
Right, but don't you think his song sounded exactly they were? It's like he almost sang the same song twice. It
He
sounded
is
so
not
much
my
like.
favorite.
Yeah, he does a flip better than most. Better than Adele ain't doing that. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I have got an issue. John, maybe you can help me. Emily,
Okay.
maybe you can help me. My email has just sent me a message. You cannot send or receive mail. Your disk is full.
Are you on Gmail?
I am on Mac.
I don't know anybody else on Mac.
I am not either.
But wait, can't you just clear the cache and then you're done?
I think you got to delete some emails, Mace.
I've got 25,178 emails.
Now
is
those
that the ceiling,
unread
apparently?
emails?
Are they what?
Unread?
Many are I don't read a lot of emails.
Which is why don't you just empty the whole folder? Like go in tonight and
Open my whole, close my whole folder for incoming mail?
No. I'm saying delete all existing email except the ones you really want.
Yeah, it's so hard to do that for me.
I would
I've never-
imagine you only need about 500 of them.
Yeah, I don't need all those emails. That's true, but it takes time to go through and say, "Yep, this yes on this one, no on that one, yes on this
You
one,
don't
no
have
on
to
that
do
one."
it all in one sitting.
Yeah, God.
I mean, we've got maybe Lucas back here could help you.
Oh yeah,
Delete some
Lucas
emails for
he's a
you.
smart computer guy.
Well, the
yeah.
other thing is, Mace, as you know, because you've been involved in legal situations, sometimes it's good to clean out your email.
Yes, no, that's true. Oh no, actually the opposite. When you're in a legal situation, you have a document hold, so you have to keep every email.
Right, but you're not in one right
Correct.
now.
I'm not in one,
So
and
if
will
you
never
get rid
be
of
one
all
again.
of them, then you would not.
No harm.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you can just delete all the Ross ones, dress
All the
for
Ross
less.
dress for less.
You don't need that for legal
coupons. I
purposes.
love those coupons when they come in. So, John, this is interesting to me. There is TMZ did a report, and over the weekend they captured a picture of J.J. Redick, Rob Pelinka, Luka Doncic having dinner at a place you and I have been to. Craig's.
Okay.
Now, if you are JJ and Rob, do you really want to take them to Craig's where that chicken parmesan that's so good it's fried? Like, why not take them for a smoothie or a green drink? Something like that. Erewhon.
All right, here's my thought behind this. I think Rob or JJ probably said to Luka. Was there anybody else in the picture?
No. It was
just those
it
three?
was Rob, JJ, and Luka.
Okay.
Luka signed autographs on the way out.
I think Luka's great with that.
Yeah,
by the way.
he walked right out of the restaurant. People
Um,
asked him. He signed autographs right away.
They still need to impress Luka. Luka
Right.
could theoretically opt out and become a free
Theoretically,
agent.
yeah.
So I'm sure what that conversation was like is, hey, have you ever been to Craig's? Because Craig's is a unique LA experience.
Very
the night
cool,
you and
yeah.
I were there, Kate Beckinsale was hanging out.
Yes, she was.
The Kardashians go there.
Yes.
Yes,
but it's
they do.
also a place where
Have you
go
been
to
there,
be.
Emily?
I haven't.
The chicken parm is delicious.
It's a place to
very
go to be
good.
seen.
I think
Yeah.
2 of the 4 of us ended up getting the chicken parm
Yeah, the
that
chicken
night.
parm rules.
But I think it's a thing too, where maybe Rob Pelinka and JJ Redick want to be seen taking photos of having a sit down with Luka Doncic as well.
Right. I just wonder if there's a healthy option on the menu for Luka. Like, can you
Some
you
kale
eat
salad?
something healthy, like a kale salad, something like that, as he tries to lean out for 2025,
I
2026?
wish there would have been a 4th person at that dinner.
Who?
LeBron. Because LeBron's work ethic is ridiculous.
That's true. That's
and
true.
I've been in the food room before when LeBron orders, and he is incredibly specific as to what he puts in his body.
Right.
So I think Luka could lean on LeBron and maybe, adopt some of
Sure.
his habits.
Now, I all this breaking news. Tim McMahon, who covers who's written a lot about Luka,
He
wrote
literally
the book on
Luka. Yeah.
He has released this statement. He said, Luka's heart was broken, but he's fully committed to the Lakers. His goal now is to win championships with that franchise. That's Tim McMahon on Luka being fully committed to the Lakers.
Doesn't surprise me because think about this, guys. There are 2 jobs in sports.
Yep.
There's probably more than 2, but 2 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That if you get, it sets up the rest of your life, okay? So, for example, face of the Lakers.
Yes.
Okay, go back to 1960, okay?
Yep.
First face of the Lakers, Jerry West. Went on to a long, hugely successful career. Elgin Baylor, too. Long, hugely successful career in the NBA. After set for life when they did it. Who was it after that? Magic Johnson.
Yep.
Huge success. Titan of industry. Okay. Kobe Bryant. Huge success until his tragic death.
Yep.
Shaquille O'Neal. Look at him now. You know what the other one is? The other job that sets you up for anybody? Want to guess?
Cowboys.
Quarterback of the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Think about anyone who's ever been the quarterback of the Cowboys. Roger Staubach is a billionaire.
Yep.
Okay. Troy Aikman makes $19 million a year to call football games. So does Tony Romo.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're totally set.
Yeah.
You're totally set.
So if Luka looks at that and he says, okay, face of the Lakers.
Worldwide brand.
I'd be set up for the rest of my life.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that's why Luka would be smart to marry himself to the Lakers for the rest of his career.
All right, coming up next, we're going to do some What's Up, Fool. Emily's got stuff. Brian's got stuff. We will do it coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Bergie, there's a part where I'm walking and I'm standing with Clinton, and I see you walking in the background. I'm like, oh my God, did I screw over Bergie in some way?
I am not worried about that.
Yeah,
in the
I don't think
slightest.
anyone's taking the Cappy Lappy that serious.
I do like the Cappy Lappy though. We've done it a few times. you and I.
The virality is going crazy. Yeah, it needs a song, George.
That's what the song should be.
Yeah.
No, it's the Laffy
Like
Taffy.
Laffy Taffy,
But somebody
yeah.
should call it. We should do like a parody version. Call it the Cappy Lappy. The Cappy Lappy.
Yeah, you know what else it needs? It needs a partner in it.
Hold on. Play the song. Play Laffy Taffy for Cappy.
The
You don't
clean
know the song?
version.
Yeah, the clean version.
Please, the clean version.
Wait, you don't know it, Cap?
Let me hear it. Oh, yeah.
The Cappy Lappy. Oh, the Cappy Lappy.
Yeah.
Cappy Lappy.
See, we can do that.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Okay, Laker fans, you know I'm at every game. And now there's a new MVP on the sidelines. Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. Pro Baller is a natural, healthier alternative to those synthetic high-crash energy drinks. Pro Baller is packed with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave nectar, electrolytes, biotin, essential B vitamins, plus it delivers 102 milligrams of natural caffeine to keep you energized without the crash. Pro Baller helps reduce fatigue, boost focus, supports your immune system, and improves performance and stamina naturally. It's also NSF certified for sports, which means pro athletes trust what's inside. And right now, you can rep the squad with the limited edition Lakers can. Available for a short time only, looks great, tastes even better, made to keep you locked in longer. So if you want to feel sharper, stronger, and more locked in, grab the drink that fuels the Lakers. Pro Baller is available at Costco, select convenience stores, and online at Amazon. Pro Baller Energy Drinks champions. Choose clean energy.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
This PGA Tour moment is brought to you by True Green.
With 8 holes to play at the 1986 PGA Championship, Greg Norman, the world's #1 player, led Bob Tway by 4 shots. However, the lead quickly vanished. On 18, Tway's approach landed in the bunker, while Norman the edge of the green. Tway proceeded to hold his bunker shot for an incredible birdie and victory.
An incredible, unbelievable birdie 3.
True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's Mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right.
I'll kick it off for you guys there
Cool.
today. So right before the show on First Take, I was watching this morning. Kendrick Perkins had an interesting thought. It said Steph Curry is one more championship away and one Finals MVP away from officially being in the GOAT conversation. And, I know the GOAT conversation, LeBron, Jordan, we do this all the time. It's kind of overplayed. But do you agree here that if Steph gets one more and is the Finals MVP, has another great fourth quarter, the Warriors, is he considered one of the GOATs?
So here's the argument that Michael and I had on the air. I think if Steph wins another title, and it would have to be this year, he's 37.
Right.
Making it back after that. But I think Steph replaces Magic on the list of top 2 guards ever. Jordan's a lock.
Yep.
Magic to me is number 2.
Yep.
I think Steph would pass. Michael says no way because Magic would have 5 titles. Steph would have 5 titles. And Michael's argument is Magic played against better competition and he made everyone else better. My argument is I'd pick the greatest shooter of all time over the greatest passer of all time, but it's close.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has. I mean, you got to give credit for he's really revolutionized the game. He changed the game. He is the reason why we see logo threes these days. It is Steph. So I think Steph, he's a top 10 player for sure. He's a top 5 player if they win this year.
I got somebody wrote into me today. I got to get back to him that you're forgetting about Oscar Robertson. No, I'm not. Oscar Robertson was a fantastic player. He won 1 title.
Right.
And that people will say, well, it matters who's playing. The argument against Wilt was always, well, Bill Russell had better players around him. Bottom line, if you're going down as the greatest ever at anything, you can't just have 1 title.
Right.
You got to have multiple. And Steph would have 5. Jordan has 6.
Yep.
Magic has 5. But, Brian, I think it's a conversation where I wouldn't make him the greatest player ever. I think that's still Jordan. But I would make him one of the 2 greatest guards ever to play in the league.
What's up, fool? All right, I'm going to head out of sports here.
Okay.
So over the weekend, Lady Gaga was performing at the Copacabana in Brazil.
Yeah.
And it was a free concert. Had a turnout of 2.5 million
Crazy.
people. An insane showing. It was packed in there. She had an incredible show. So it got me thinking, what other artists do you think could have a similar or bigger turnout than what Lady Gaga did? And again, a live artist that could perform right now.
You guys brought up Adele earlier. I think if she put on a free concert in Brazil, it would draw a couple million people.
Yeah, I would say Adele. I would say
U2 maybe.
Beyonce. I would say
Although Beyonce,
Rihanna.
here's something interesting about Beyonce. Shows did not sell
Although
out.
here's the thing, and I know, and I'm going Wednesday night. The thing with Beyonce is she's touring too much.
Right.
I mean, I just saw her last year at SoFi. So why is she going out again? Do like Adele does. Be scarce for a while
And then,
between albums.
Em, you're a big Swiftie. If Taylor Swift did a free concert in Brazil, she would get that many
It'd
people.
be that or more. I would say
Yeah.
potentially like another million more probably. For
I was
Taylor
at Copacabana Beach when I was at the Olympics in 2016, and the thing about it is, I would say if I was to compare it to a beach here in California, it would be Venice Beach. It's that kind of vibe to it. It's
Muscle
big,
Beach.
it's loose, it's a party, it's always going. Copacabana Beach is a lot like that.
If Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr announced they were going to get Julian Lennon and Eric Clapton to replace John Lennon and George Harrison. And
that sells out anywhere.
That would draw a couple million people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But
I mean, honestly, that place, I think DJs draw 2 million people. You like David Guetta probably gets 1 million people.
A lot of people.
And didn't they say there were close to 1 million people at the draft?
I don't know off the top
Did you
of my
guys
head.
see, by the way, where the next NFL draft's going to be?
Well, it's 2027.
Oh, it was.
So next one's going to be in
2027.
Pittsburgh. 27 is going to be D.C.
Washington, D.C. in the National Mall.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
I'm like even thinking about going to
yeah,
that.
that sounds super
As
cool.
a recently adopted Commanders fan, I may go to that in 2027. We'll see.
You could stay at my family's house.
Beautiful.
What's up, Foo?
So there were some reports over the weekend from the New York Times and NPR that more and more adults are apparently ditching the iPhones and the smartphones for what they're calling dumb phones.
Dumb phones, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the idea of phones that you don't have social media on it, and it's just less access to people 24/7.
Right.
It's text, it's calls.
Right. Are you guys, and is this something that I think is actually going to, come back and overtake and the smartphones kind of go down? I'm in favor of the dumb phone myself, honestly. Too much access to people.
Look,
is,
if your dumb
24/7.
phone is what you want, be dumb. I want to be plugged into everything until 6 p.m., and then I can go to a dumb phone.
I will
but
say-
during working hours, I need a smartphone.
I will say this. I like the convenience of my smartphone. I was trying to explain to my son the other day how people even coexisted without being able to reach each other on their phones, and he couldn't grasp it. Like, how did you find Mom? I said, I called her house. And he goes, well, what if she doesn't pick up? And I said, I left her a message. There were these things called answering machines.
Yeah, right.
And he goes, I don't understand. Like, why didn't you just text her? I go, there was no texting.
Yeah.
Like, they can't
Well,
comprehend.
Telegrams?
It's hard to
Yeah.
imagine what it was like. I remember. You guys don't remember. I remember we had 2 house phones, and you pick up the house phone, and you think your mom would be listening on the other phone.
Oh, sure.
To
No, I
try
have
to
it. I
hear
have
it.
landlines.
Did you have that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I remember how
thought that
excited I was when I got my own phone in my room, and all it was an extension, but
An
I was
extension,
super
exactly.
excited about
Yeah.
it.
I was watching Mad Men the other day, and they pick up the phone. If it's not ringing, they didn't have answering machines back then. If you didn't get that person, you just missed that person.
Right.
So here's what's up, Fool?
What's up, Foo?
The NHL is canceling the 2026 All-Star Game in favor of an international event before the Winter Olympics, was told the Associated Press. Commissioner Gary Bettman previously said the league was rethinking the format after the success of the Four Nations face-off. So you turn into commissioner of any major sports league, the sports czar, as Bill Simmons likes to say, you'd be okay with just getting rid of all All-Star festivities across the board.
The only All-Star game I would keep is the baseball All-Star game. I think that
You would not keep. I thought the Four Nations tournament was fantastic.
Me
if that's
too.
the format they're
I
going to go
would,
to.
if I was the NBA, I would steal that idea. I would have U.S. against the world.
Yep.
Okay, so we talked about this last week a little bit, but think about who could start for the world team. They would have a backcourt of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Luka, and a front court of Giannis, Jokic, and Wemby. I mean,
Yeah,
that
that's
is
crazy.
massive star power. So I would do that. I know we have interleague play now, Mace, but I still get a kick out of the Major League Baseball All-Star
yeah, I
game.
mean
how,
it's fun.
But
It's. I mean, it's not competitive, but it's a fun game.
Yeah.
I'll say.
I'll tell you what, Emily, I would lean more towards that than away from it, getting rid of All-Star games. The NBA All-Star game is a massive failure at this point. Just get rid of that thing.
Now, are NHL players going to be part of the Winter Olympics?
Typically they are, yes, I believe.
So they're going to shut down the league while guys go and play for their countries
They
at the
have
Olympics?
in the past.
Yeah.
They call it the Olympic break for 3 weeks. Now, I don't know if they're still doing that or not.
Has agreed to allow NHL players to compete in the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan and Cortina d'Ampezzo, Italy, as well at the 2030 Olympics. So they are going to be
Didn't you
competing
tell me
again.
that one of your best Olympic experiences ever was going to, I think you saw Dominik Hasek going up against.
That was 98. That was
somebody, like, was it?
It was Nagano when the Czech Republic won the gold medal. I don't remember exactly who beat him, but I do remember
Canada, I think.
Canada.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing about that, the Czech Republic, there were pros playing, and they had the fewest number of pros on the Czech team.
Yeah.
And the Czech team won, and they immediately, during the Olympics, flew back to Prague. There were 1.5 million people there to welcome them, and then they flew back and took part in the closing ceremonies. That was a really, really cool Olympics.
One thing I do miss about, like, the dumb phone, smartphones thing is that when the Olympics, before we had Twitter and instant announcement of results, you could watch things in primetime and not know the results. Because it was like, I was thinking about back to 2008. I guess Twitter was around there. But I could watch the primetime events in Beijing without knowing what the results were.
Although, here's the thing. NBC wants you to know. Like, it's NBC Olympics that is breaking all the news about. They just want everything to be part of it. And you can watch virtually any event live that you want to watch on Peacock now or one of their other channels.
All right, but you guys
7 a.m.
Yeah, but you guys remember something weird? So, obviously, I've been working with the Lakers in one capacity or another for 25 years. When I first started at KCAL, the one hill that all of my bosses would die on, would quit their jobs if the Lakers changed. And Jeannie was like this too, because she wanted to be a good partner. We tape delayed any game that started before 6 o'clock.
Oh, interesting.
And the reason was our ratings tripled if we put the game.
Because there were available eyeballs, right?
Right. So if the game started in New York at 4, okay, so 7 o'clock New York time, 4 o'clock here, we wouldn't air it until 7.
Right.
But keep in mind, this was before the internet. This was before smartphones.
Yep.
So there was really, unless you made a phone call or did something super proactive, there was no way you could find out what happened in a game until we aired it.
Yeah.
And I would go, guys, people want to watch games when they happen.
Sure.
Put them on live. Everybody would say, don't ever bring that up again.
Right.
Our ratings triple when we tape delay.
Sure.
They were so proud of the tape delay. And then after a while, they just said, well, we can't do it anymore.
Right.
It's not what the marketplace demands.
I think the Olympics now, primetime is a highlight show, right? It's almost like SportsCenter. But, I mean, the Olympics... it's coming. The last Winter Olympics were gigantic. They delivered 30 million viewers a day. I mean, the Olympics had a really good. I think they'll be just as strong this year. And I don't think the highlight package in prime time is necessarily I find myself watching events I already know about, especially at the Winter Olympics. The hockey's still good to watch. The figure skating is still fun to watch. There's still good stuff.
Yeah, most people knew that the Americans beat the Russians in 1980 before the game ever aired.
Yes,
because I think it happened at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes, it did.
And when it's here in a couple years, it'll be great to have. They'll all be in prime time.
We'll be breaking the news.
By the way, we're less than 3 years away.
Can you believe that?
Isn't that crazy?
Wasserman on. He passed for now.
Did he?
Yeah, he passed for now.
I know him a little. I'll say something to him.
Yeah, say something to him. Yeah, because we'd love to talk to him about the Olympics and where, all of the preparations. I am so excited for him.
What's up,
I want one more?
Yeah, one more.
Sure. So I saw this right before the show. I thought it was pretty interesting. So some new Vegas odds came out now that the Rockets have been eliminated by the Warriors. Apparently, Jalen Green, if he's not back with the Rockets next year, the highest odds are for him to land with the Lakers, which I thought was a little interesting. So two-part, thing here is how much stock do you buy in these odds of, the next team, and do these guys really have an insight? And then would somebody like Jalen Green push the Lakers over, that line that they're trying to get, or would they end up in the same spot?
Number one, every time you see a story like that, anyone who's available, whether it be potentially Giannis, Jalen Green, anybody, they always include the Lakers as a possible destination because the Lakers are a lightning rod and everybody. I think the Lakers would have trouble acquiring Jalen Green because what Houston would want for him more than anything else are draft picks, and the Lakers don't have as many as Utah or San Antonio or OKC. Or
Plus, wouldn't you put Houston more in the mix for KD or Giannis?
Right, and Jalen Green would be part of that
going
deal.
out. Yeah.
Now the guy I would like to see the Lakers make a run at now that he's a free agent, he'd be perfect for us, and he's not too expensive, is Steven Adams. I think that guy, is a bruiser. He's great rebounder, great defender. We need size. He would not have been pushed around by Rudy Gobert. So I hope Steven Adams people and the Laker people are talking now that the season's over.
And by the way, to that point, the Rockets this year were a plus 53 with Steven Adams on the floor and a minus 39 without him. That's how much of that's a, what is that, an 80-point swing in terms of plus
because
minus.
He does all the dirty work that nobody can do, and nobody wants to fight him because he's a tough guy.
Exactly.
All right, so coming up, don't answer now, but Emily, Brian, Mace, all you guys, I'm going to ask you this. You're an elite athlete, okay? Maybe the greatest in your team's history. They retire your number. But then somebody comes along and says, I want to wear Brian Cohen's number to honor him. I want to wear Emily Hebel's number to honor her. Do you allow it? We'll get into that coming up.
All right, Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus, hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.
This is LAFC Plus. He's Mario Ruiz. I'm Dave Denholm.
React to the latest match. Get ready for the upcoming game. Get exclusive interviews. Plus, a look around the rest of the MLS.
This is what LA is about. Not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts and on the ESPN LA app.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, Next Gen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an $88 heating and AC tune-up from Next Gen. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's Cap. Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, no commissions, no open houses, and no costly repairs. With Seller's Advantage, we'll make you a fair, competitive cash offer with no surprises. Check out what one of the sellers had to say. Seller's Advantage was a lot easier, faster, and more rewarding than listing my house. I worried about getting a low offer, but theirs matched the value I was hoping for and much higher than their competitors. They gave me time to decide, and the process was friendly, fast, and anxiety-free. I highly recommend Seller's Advantage. Call Seller's Advantage today. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free, no obligation cash offer. That's sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey everybody, it's Cap, and I want to talk to you for just a minute about PrizePicks, my absolute favorite app. Download the PrizePicks app, use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. You've heard that before, but let's talk about this. Now that the basketball season is over and we're into the postseason, do you want to go VIP style to the championship? Would you like to do that? I'm sure you would. Basketball's championship series is not that far away. Every lineup you make on PrizePicks will enter you in the Takes Two ticket sweepstakes. It's on right now on the PrizePicks app. And this could get you and a +1. So you and your guest are going VIP style to the ship. Okay? The ship, as in the championship. Download the PrizePicks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. PrizePicks, run your game.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Happy birthday, Adele. been 1,000.
And Travis Mashonsky and Jared Stacy.
Correct. There was 3 big birthdays today.
And Topanga from Boy Meets World. What's her
and
name?
Topanga.
Danielle.
Danielle Fischel.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody's celebrating their birthday on Cinco de Mayo. John, you going out and drinking margaritas and eating chips and sauce and all that stuff
as
tonight?
usual, Lisa, my social scheduler, has not informed me yet of what the plan is.
Of what the plan is for Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, we don't know.
Oh, okay.
Is there a hot place in you're in Manhattan Beach, right?
Yeah, Ponchos.
Ponchos is the hot
place? A lot
place?
of people will be hammered at Ponchos tonight drinking margaritas.
That's good.
Fun. I'm going to go to Pachanka after this.
Oh, right.
We're doing a broadcast from there tomorrow.
Are you staying overnight?
I'm staying overnight.
Oh, I hear it's
we
beautiful
can
down there.
explore the pools, the many bars.
You're going to be at the pool. You're going to be at the shuffleboard court. You're taking over.
I'm pretty good at shuffleboard.
By the way, Em, are you still working out at Tidy U, our gym?
Okay. So I had some unexpected expenses coming up.
Okay.
So I had to kind of take a pause.
Okay.
Because I was like, I love Willie, the trainer there, and I've been trying to. I'm still working out and stuff,
Right.
doing what he is telling me to do. I'm going to try to get back to it in the fall.
Yeah,
because summer, I just had a couple expenses that came up, and I was like, let me cut this
Yeah,
out.
it looked like you're doing really good there.
By the
too.
way, later this hour,
Yeah.
less than, I would say in about 40 minutes, the first ever Game of Games hosted by Emily Hebel.
Oh, wow.
I texted her over the weekend and I said, hey, you're doing our show Monday because we only have you one day.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Emily immediately embraced it. She goes,
Excellent.
I can do it with an exclamation
Of course she
You
point.
know what, John? You texted me at a perfect time. I was 2 beers deep at a brewery. I had plenty of ideas for Game of Games, but I have a good
Beautiful.
Game of Games for you guys. for
Beautiful.
sure.
All right, look forward to that. All right, so this came up a little bit last week, but it has reared its ugly head again. The subject of retiring numbers. So this, I don't understand. Abdul Carter was the second pick in a draft?
Yep.
Okay, so.
Edge rusher, Penn State.
Yeah, really good one.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets drafted by Penn State, and he asks the Giants, hey, do you? I would love to wear number 56 to honor the great Lawrence Taylor. Do you think he would allow me to do that?
Mm-hmm.
And the Giants said, we don't know. We will ask him.
Yep.
And Lawrence Taylor said, no, it's my number. Make your own history. Pick your own number. So he goes, okay, I will wear my college number, my Penn State number, number 11. Well, number 11 is retired by Phil Simms, and they went to Phil Simms, and Phil Simms says, I don't care. Yeah, I can have it. And then his family said, no, he can't.
Right.
Yeah, don't be such a nice guy about this. So I last week said, I don't think I would care. If I was Phil Simms or Lawrence Taylor and somebody wanted to wear my number, I would say.
Have you changed your position now? You're like, damn it, I
I am.
want that number. That's my number.
Because, and this is a full reversal because I said I think from the beginning would say, no, it's my number.
I'd totally give it up.
You would?
I totally
thought
give it
you
up.
Would, like,
no, to me, it's like helping the. I mean, it's still
Well,
my
Warren
number.
Moon-
It's still. They're not taking down the banner or
Warren
the
Moon
jersey.
Did this for Cam Ward?
Yeah, good for him.
Like
That's
the number
okay.
one, but it was a little mealy mouthed because Warren Moon's number was retired for
True.
Houston, and then they moved the franchise to Tennessee. But here's what it.
Now, if it was a player, by the way, the caliber of Lawrence Taylor, I don't think I would ask.
No, but
that's like Lawrence Taylor.
Here's where I've ended up on this topic after seeing this. Abdul Carter looks like an idiot now. I mean, he went out and he said, okay, I'll wear 56. They said, no. He goes, okay, I'll wear 11. No.
Stop picking numbers other people already have.
Can we all agree? I always joke that we should make Michael Thompson the czar of common sense in sports. Whenever we have a dilemma like this, just call Michael and he'll decide. Because Michael's very quick to decide on things.
Yes.
So he would decide in like 10 seconds about stuff like this. And I think what he would say is, once a number goes up and it's retired, unavailable. Don't even
number.
ask. Because when you ask, two things happen. You put the guy who owns the number in a tough spot, and you look like a dope if he says no. I'll give you a good example of this. When Shaq signed with the Lakers, okay, do you guys remember what number Shaq wore at LSU?
You're asking the wrong person.
Does anybody remember?
I don't.
I'm not a numbers
He wore number
person.
33.
Yeah.
But he got to Orlando, and that was unavailable, so he wore 32 in Orlando. And
next best thing.
So he gets to the Lakers. 33 is retired for Kareem. 32 is retired for Magic. So you know what he did? He didn't call Kareem. He didn't call Magic. He said, give me 34.
Right.
And he got it retired.
Sure.
Make your own history. Stop asking Abdul Carter, people to take their numbers off the wall. Pick your own number. Get it retired. Earn it. That's my new position.
Damn.
I think DeMarco has a story about this too with his
does
number.
he?
So he's number 75. He's number 75 on the Rams, which
Yep.
is also worn by Deacon Jones.
Okay.
And so I think
I think Deacon Jones passed away before they could retire it,
yes,
right?
exactly.
Okay.
And I also don't know the Rams retired number situation because when you go to SoFi, there's nothing hanging in the rafters because it's a shared stadium and everything like
Right.
that.
Okay.
But you should ask him next time, next Super Crosstalk, about the story about how he got his number because he'll tell about better than I will. But he had to ask a couple different people to get the number because 75 is a hallowed number for the Rams.
Right.
But you have to ask.
Yeah, like I don't know. Merlin Olsen was 74. Has anyone else ever worn 74 since Merlin Olsen?
I don't know. By the way, here are the retired numbers for the Rams, and it raises a question. So Bob Waterfield, number 7, Marshall Faulk, number 28, Eric Dickerson, number 29, Merlin Olsen, 74, Deacon Jones, 75, Jackie Slater, 78, Isaac Bruce, 80, Jack Youngblood, 85.
That's a lot of numbers that
That's
are
a
retired.
lot of numbers that are retired.
Okay, and also funny story. I was talking to this girl. I'd never met her this weekend, and she was talking to me. She knew I do sports and Rams and stuff.
Yep.
And she said, "Oh, I used to live next to Marshall Faulk. Is he like a big deal or something?" I'm like,
yeah.
yeah,
A
girl,
little
it's
bit.
kind of a big deal. It's Marshall Faulk." And she's like, "Oh, okay." Anyway, small story.
Big deal. So, all right, John, you take that position. I say most people would be like, yeah, go ahead. It's kind of honoring it. If you give up your number to a player who's really good, are they not honoring you in some way?
Yeah, but
it'll never be re-retired.
Well,
they're never going to say, "Oh yeah, by the way, for him as well."
Here's where I'm willing to make exceptions. It's only for this one thing.
Yeah.
When Larry Nance Jr. got traded to the Cavs, his dad's number 22 was retired.
Okay.
He wore his dad's number.
That's nice. That's a paying tribute.
Now, here's the best example of why you don't do it, okay? Barry Bonds, when he was, his favorite number, his godfather was Willie Mays. So his favorite number was 24.
Yep.
At Arizona State, he wore 24. At Pittsburgh with the Pirates, he wore 24 to honor his godfather, Willie Mays. But then he signed as a free agent with the Giants. And that number is obviously retired.
Yep.
So Willie said, go ahead, wear it. You and I are close.
Yep.
You'll continue the history, the great legacy. And the fans threw such a fit that Barry backed off and said, I'll just wear my dad's number, which was 25.
Sure.
But people got mad at him because Willie Mays, there were so many Willie Mays jerseys.
Yeah,
that were already
right.
there. You know who's going to have this problem next? The Denver Nuggets screwed something up.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you're going for.
Okay, so the best player the Nuggets have ever had until Nikola Jokic was Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony wore number 15. Then he forced his way out and got sent to the Knicks, okay?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he couldn't wear 15 because it was retired for Earl Monroe. So
Okay.
when he got to the Knicks, he started wearing number 7.
Got it.
The problem is the Nuggets were so mad at him for forcing his way out that they gave the number 15 to some fat guy who they never thought would amount to anything, and it is now the number of Nikola Jokic.
Oh, wow.
So now they can't retire Carmelo's number ever because they gave it to Jokic. And now they're retired for Jokic.
Yeah, right.
But once a number gets retired, that's it.
I say,
Game over.
As long as the famous guy says, sure, you're paying tribute to me, absolutely. I'm like, take my number. Have my number. All right, coming up next for you. Oh, you'd written a really great tease, but okay, coming up next for you.
There is a potential shocking trade that the Lakers could do, and someone threw it out.
Yep, someone
I'm
threw it out.
not on the side of it, but
someone you like and respect. Okay, so we'll do that coming up next. In the meantime, it's time to At Chumba Casino, the action never stops. You can play online social casino games anytime, anywhere for free, no purchase necessary. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo and solitaire and slots and so much more. Hundreds of games. You're never going to run out of action. Here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free and take your shot. You can redeem some some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The game is on. Suit up and take your shot. Let's go to ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Ticket Thursday alert. Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Billy Strings, and Sierra Hall all live at the Hollywood Bowl for the Outlaw Music Festival on May 16th. Tickets are on sale now, but you can win yours right here. This Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA, we're hooking up listeners with 4 pairs of tickets to see these legendary artists take the stage. Tune in Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Outlaw Music Festival, May 16th. Willie, Dylan, Billy Strings, Sierra Hall. Presented by Live Nation. Don't miss it.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. AvnerGatt.com.
Get a taste of that winning feeling before the buzzer sounds with ESPN Bet's early victory promo. Simply place a pregame moneyline bet on any NBA playoff game, and if the team you back goes up by 20 or more points at any point in the game, your bet will get paid out early. Available throughout the NBA playoffs at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Look at you, you're taking me out of the ordinary. I want you laying me down to the dead and buried.
All right, got a little breaking news. This just being reported by Adam Schefter. Justin Tucker, kicker for the Baltimore Ravens, has been released. This is what Executive Vice President General Manager Eric DeCosta says. He says, sometimes football decisions are incredibly difficult. This one is one of those instances. Considering our current roster, we have made the tough decision to release Justin Tucker. Justin created many significant, unforgettable moments in Ravens history. His reliability, focus, drive, resiliency, and extraordinary talent made him one of the league's best kickers for over a decade. We're grateful for Justin's many contributions while playing for the Ravens. We sincerely wish him his best, along with his family, in the next chapter of their lives.
All right, so here's what's weird about this particular release. Justin Tucker wasn't just one of the league's best kickers for over a decade. He was the best kicker in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
Until last year.
Where he was a disaster.
Last year, he was not good. So you could make the argument that they are knee-jerking after one bad year, but I think this has as much to do with the off-the-field stuff as the on-the-field stuff.
Okay.
Off the field, he is accused of all the things that Deshaun Watson got accused of. And his response to all of it doesn't pass the smell test.
Right.
He has completely denied any wrongdoing.
Yes.
There are double-digit women who claim he is guilty of this.
Right.
So my question is, why would, I don't even know what the number's at now, but I think it was between 10 and 15. Why would 10 to 15 women lie about what Justin Tucker did in massages? If it was
By the way, it wasn't like they all knew each other, all hung out. It was
Correct.
like all over the place.
So I think he has bigger problems than just being
Oh,
unable
sure.
to kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Here's the question. If he is done,
Yeah.
okay, if this is the end of his career, does the off-the-field stuff cost him the Hall of Fame? Because remember, OJ was already in the Hall of Fame.
before he started killing people.
Allegedly. Well, I guess, do we even have to say that anymore now that he's dead?
I think you still are supposed to, but he was found more likely than
He was
not.
found not guilty.
Yeah, but he was found more likely than not to have done it.
Yeah.
I say more likely.
So, first of all, well, let's go here first. Do you think Tucker gets invited to a camp this year to try and rewrite the ending to his story?
He wasn't very good last year. He's the 32nd. I just pulled up the numbers.
My thought is this year, no. Next year, maybe yes.
He made 22 of 30 last year, 73.3%. He only made 6 of 11 from beyond 50. You can't win unless you got a guy that can kick 50-yard field goals.
He was my fantasy kicker, and I gave up on him after about week 9.
And I think that I'm going to go back to one of my favorite quotes. You will be tolerated until you can be replaced. Guess what? Justin Tucker can be replaced. He is by a replacement level kicker. They are going to go a different direction. Now, did the off-field stuff make a difference? I absolutely think it did. It made it even easier to make this decision. But his performance, just based on performance, he's not a guy you want being your kicker, do you?
And they drafted a kicker in the 5th or 6th round, and so
So this doesn't really come as a surprise then. And I don't know how the rest of that gets litigated. Like, I don't know.
You don't want the Rams to bring back their kicker, right? You want a new guy in there?
You don't want Cardi.
Cardi sort of kicked well down the stretch.
And if I'm going to put on my DeMarco hat, it's not just the kicker; it's all the members of that kicking team, long snapper, place kicker.
Did he think that was a big problem?
They could do better. Is
That the
DeMarco's
other
opinion?
people besides the kicker might have been the issue happening there. But the difference between what's happening with Justin Tucker and what happened with Deshaun Watson was that Deshaun Watson was a better player when all these things happened. He had been taking the Texans to the playoffs. And at the time that the allegations came out against Deshaun Watson, he was playing better than Justin Tucker was playing. And his position is more valuable. And that's why he gets a despicable, highest guaranteed contract in history, which is still a dumb move for the Browns to make. And he hasn't been successful since then.
And he's got a torn Achilles, right? So he's out for this all of this year, and they still have to pay him.
So I think I have lost most, if all faith that the NFL will do things based off of what is morally right.
Yeah, you should lose.
It's the talent-based things, and I think that why I said not this year, maybe next year, is that there's going to be a desperate team in 2 years that needs a kicker who's going to invite Justin Tucker that will take the PR hit because two of their kickers went down with an ACL injury or a toe injury.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, Josh Cardi only missed 5 field goals this year. It seemed like so many more, but he only missed 5 field goals.
Yeah, I know you were down on him during the season.
And some looked bad.
Yeah, some did look bad.
Hey, what was the story you mentioned to me earlier, Emily, about the Rams being overly positive or
not
something?
overly.
So,
optimistic.
That's
the most optimistic.
That's a good thing. It's better to be.
Action Network put out a poll, and they polled NFL fans. And they asked NFL fans about their feelings about their certain teams, whether they are very positive, very negative, etc. And the Rams polled at number 1 overall in all of the league as the most overwhelmingly very optimistic about their team's future at 90% of fans polled.
I think this is you.
Yes.
You, for the most part, are very high on the Rams.
I am hyper positive.
Even when they're losing.
Yeah, but I mean, this year, first of all, they got the youngest, most explosive defense in the league. They got Matthew Stafford returning. They've got an elite head coach. They've got draft picks that are sure to fire because that's what Les Snead does. They're the team that almost beat Philly The only team that came close to beating Philly in the postseason. They could have won that game 29-28. They instead there was a Jalen Carter sack on Matthew Stafford. But I see great things for this team this year.
Do you have the list of all 32?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We have the top 10.
Top 10 and bottom 10. So I have those two.
So I want to see if I can get the bottom 3.
Okay, go ahead.
The fans who are the most negative.
Sure.
Okay. My first.
And by the way, this is post-draft.
Okay.
Post-draft. Okay.
All right. I gotta figure the Browns are one of the bottom 3.
Ding. They are number 1 overall, unhappy at 46%, saying they were very pessimistic.
Okay. I also think the Jets are bottom 3.
Yep, number 2. As 39% say
39%.
very.
Now here's the hard one, Mace. Do you have it in front of you?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so Brian, me and you got to figure this out.
Okay.
I'm thinking if we need one more team, it's either Giants or Saints. What do you think? Or do you think it's someone, or maybe Cowboys? What do you think?
I like out of all 3, I kind of like the Giants.
All right, we'll go Giants.
So Giants and Saints are on the list, but they are not at 3. It's the Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys.
Yeah.
50% we were hovering around.
By the way, I bet they're unhappy every year. I bet they're never. If I had Jerry Jones as my owner general, I would never be optimistic.
Here's the thing that I'm most surprised by with Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones makes more money than any other owner because he cuts a bunch of great deals.
Plus, he owns the personal seat license financing deals. I'm paying Jerry Jones every year for my personal seat license.
So Jerry, financially, if you were judging the Cowboys as a business, they would be ranked top 3. But I never thought I would see him disconnect from whether or not he cared about winning. He always seemed like he cared about winning, and I no longer think he does. I'll give you a few examples. Okay. They made no moves last year. None to improve the roster. Then he fires Mike McCarthy, and instead of bringing in a big-name coach, he just promotes Brian Schottenheimer, who's been bouncing around forever, and then he doesn't get him any help. They didn't go out and get anybody again this year. What are they doing?
I think he doesn't want to promote anybody that would challenge him. That's one thing. We know that anybody that does challenge Jerry Jones as an owner is going to get kicked out the door because Jerry Jones needs to be the number 1 person. And I think he doesn't know how to win anything.
By the way, and that's why he wants a knockoff like like Brian Schottenheimer, right? Because Schottenheimer's not going to challenge him. He's a low-key guy. The way Mike McCarthy was a low-key guy.
He was a career coordinator.
Exactly. And by the way, this year will mark 30 years since the Cowboys won the Super Bowl.
I haven't seen the Cowboys win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. They haven't won since the 1900s.
It's in my entire lifetime, they've always been a mess. But I just don't think that Jerry Jones knows how to even solve the problem that he has in his hands. And I think that it would take him stepping aside for the Cowboys to actually thrive. Because they bet on the wrong guys.
You know, the funny thing is, we talk about J.J. Redick, how he knows what he doesn't know, and he's got this elite coaching staff, right? Guys that have been there, guys who have done it. Jerry Jones is not one of those guys who understands that he doesn't know what he doesn't know.
Right. And that's always an important hill to climb in sports.
He thinks he has every answer despite all evidence to the contrary. He needs a strong football guy to say, all right, here's what we really need to do. Because clearly Jerry Jones has lost the recipe for how to win.
To Emily's point, he won't hire that person.
Correct.
He did it once. He did it with Bill Parcells.
Yes.
And then Parcells ended up leaving, just like Jimmy Johnson left. And ever since then, he's only hired guys that are less in stature than he is. And Brian Schottenheimer fits that bill.
He wasn't going to hire Dion. He wasn't going to hire Bill Belichick.
Nope.
He wasn't going to hire Mike Vrabel. All these larger-than-life people that would be as big. And I think Travis says this a lot when he talks about credit. If Jerry Jones hired the next head coach of the Cowboys that ended up taking them to the Super Bowl, the credit would go to that coach.
Of course it
would not go to Jerry Jones. And he wants all that credit.
Yeah, that's
well, good luck, Jerry.
Weird.
Good
all
luck.
Right, so coming up next, tell me about this trade that you teased before.
Interesting trade. It's bubbling around the internet. Somebody credible has talked about it involving the Lakers. We'll do that coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right. If you know anything about sports, you know that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company information to thieves this year. In an instant, everything, your customer files, your bank account, everything is compromised. That's why you need Thrive, the leading managed security services provider in the country. It all starts with a comprehensive Thrive cyber risk assessment. Thrive security analysts identify security gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. I've been hacked. If you've ever been hacked, you know. And if you haven't been, it's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Use Thrive. Get your no-obligation security recommendations and consultation. Your business relies on it. Here's the website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Every once in a while, something comes along where you don't want to mess with it. That's cybersecurity. Once they've got your info, you're dead. So go to that website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Protect your business with Thrive. thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
I got the old foot massage last night.
Oh.
Yeah, I told my wife before she was my wife, if you give me one foot massage a week, I'll live till I'm 100.
And she's agreeable to this format?
No, but yeah.
I'm going to need you to make a call because there is no chance, no how, no way. She's like, up the street. Go ahead.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap, and I want to talk to you for just a minute about Prize Picks, my absolute favorite app. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. You've heard that before. But let's talk about this. Now that the basketball season is over and we're into the postseason, do you want to go VIP style to the championship? Would you like to do that? I'm sure you would. Basketball's championship series is not that far away. Every lineup you make on Prize Picks will enter you in the Takes Two ticket sweepstakes. It's on right now on the Prize Picks app. And this could get you and a +1. So you and your guest are going VIP style to the ship, okay? The ship, as in the championship. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. Prize Picks, run your game.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Summer is better with True Green, especially at a price this low. For a limited time, get 75% off of your first treatment and enjoy your lawn without overspending. With True Green, you get expert care and a plan tailored to fit your lawn's needs, so it looks like the best while you save big. Let the pros handle the hard work while you enjoy the result. Relax more and keep more money in your pocket. A great lawn has never been this easy or this affordable. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com. Restrictions apply.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
All right, so Ireland, little Laker rumor thing going around. You like these guys, Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo were talking about it.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
And this is what they were saying on their podcast that's come out, I think, today.
I think Reeves at 14 and 15, when you throw expirings with him, you could get some really good players at that point.
Can you think of anything where if you're the Lakers, you go, now I have to think about this a little bit?
Embiid?
That's something the Lakers would traditionally do.
Talk about get out of jail free cards.
I think the Sixers will do it in a second. by the
We'll
way.
give you all of our expirings and a first, and we'll get you out of the Joel Embiid business. Here's your get out of jail free card right now. You don't have to deal with them anymore.
I heard Embiid was available at the trade deadline. It'd be irresponsible to not even ask. Yeah, oh yeah.
Come on.
You think it's surprising that Daryl would potentially float the idea?
I just
like,
hadn't
hey,
heard
would
that.
You do?
I was excited about the info. Yeah. So, all right. That's my favorite Lakers move. All their expirings and 2 first-round picks, and they get Embiid. And Philly
so
just
not
gets,
Reeves.
Reeves isn't in it.
Oh, Reeves isn't in it.
He's not in it. You don't even get Reeves. We don't know if Embiid's ever playing again. I'm like, I'll take Embiid. You can have one of our first-round picks, and here's some bunch of expirings.
No. That was my answer.
Pretty simple.
Why?
No.
Wait a minute. Why
I want no part
Why
of
no?
Joel Embiid. I want
Why?
no part of a guy who's hurt all the time. I don't want any part. I mean, Johnny, did he play 20 games this year? Maybe?
They were considering medical retirement for Joel.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
the 76ers were talking about medical retirement to get out of his deal. Why would we move any pieces to get Joel Embiid?
Because you just made a trade for one of the top 10 basketball players in the world, and you gave up nothing. You gave up picks and expiring contracts.
Right, but...
And it's exactly what they need.
Yeah, I want somebody who is going to be available. I want somebody who is
Would you
going
do that
to be
exact
able to play.
deal for Zion?
No. Again, I want guys who are available.
So you're coming back.
I don't want to get in the hurt business.
You're coming back with the same group.
No, I'm getting a center. You can get a center. You've got expiring
Steven
contracts.
Adams.
You've got there are
Steven
free
Adams
agents out
is
there.
a free agent.
Yeah.
That's why I love the Steven Adams.
Right.
But Steven Adams is, let me be clear about Steven Adams. He's not like your everyday starting center. He's a 20-minute a game guy.
Right.
That you play because Jackson Hayes can't guard Rudy Gobert.
But, John,
you know?
he played 39 games in 23-24. He played 19 games last year. The Sixers considered medical retirement for him as a way to get out of the contract. Why would we want to be in that business?
It depends what I'm giving up.
If you consider what Bill and Russillo were talking about, which is your expirings, a first, and maybe like a Rui maybe in there, some other people, but just not Reeves. Would that still work?
Everybody but Reeves is on the table.
If I could get Joel Embiid for picks, expiring contracts, and I get to keep Austin Reeves, so my lineup next year would be Reeves, Luka, LeBron, Embiid.
And sometimes Embiid.
And then whoever I was able to hang on to, Finney-Smith, Dalton Connect, Rui. you
Well,
know.
Finney-Smith gone.
Is he?
He's got. Well, he's not expiring. He's got a player option for 25-26.
I think he'll be back.
Guys like Jackson Hayes is unrestricted. Alex Len, very unrestricted. Markieff Morris. Who do they have that is on a returning contract? Maxi Kleber, Rui, Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent. It looks like those are the contracts.
But the thing is, Joel Embiid has only gotten his team as far as the conference semifinals. So you're also going to move this amount of stuff for a guy who hasn't proven to win in the playoffs.
Yeah. Although, here's the thing. If you're really just giving up Flotsam, is that the term?
Yeah,
if you're
Flotsam and Jetsam.
If you're just giving up Flotsam and Jetsam, there's no reason not to do it. I mean, if you want to move Maxi Kleber in a deal for Joel Embiid,
How much would they have to pay Joel Embiid as well? It might be a huge contract. Like, why would the Sixers
Right, how
give
would they
this
even
up?
match?
Well, you would match with the expirings. So like, what's Embiid make per year? Let's say he makes 40.
Right.
Okay. So if you could send out 3 expiring contracts that make that kind of money, you could add it up to you only have to get to 75%.
Right.
Would you do this in a heartbeat, John?
I don't know in a heartbeat, but I'd have to see what was going on.
By the way, Joel
I would
Embiid is
consider
getting
it more than you guys are.
Joel Embiid is getting $55 million this coming year, $59 million the year after, $64 million the year after, and $69 million in 2028.
So it's a ton of money.
I don't know how you even match if you're the Lakers. How you get close to
Well,
that
remember, you only have
number.
to match 1 year of salary. So it's...
You just have to match 55.
Yeah, and you've got to send out... So, the Lakers have a bunch of guys that are making between 17 and 19 million. And that's where
Rui would be gone. Keep Austin. Maxi Kleber's gone. Gabe Vincent's gone.
Can I keep
Jared
DFS?
Vanderbilt's gone. DFS is a player option, so I'm not including him. Dalton Connect is gone. Shake Milton's not under contract. So, I don't know if it adds up to enough, but it would be Rui, Kleber, Vincent, Vanderbilt, Connect, and a number 1. Those are the only expiring contracts they've got.
All right, people starting to show up at the jerk parade.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do we have the first images from the jerk parade?
First image from Sydney Sweeney. By the way, whoever is Sydney Sweeney's press agent is so smart.
What'd they do?
Every time I turn around, she's like last night or over the weekend, she was at some club opening in Vegas, and they got her and Jessica Alba and Patrick Schwarzenegger all to show up.
Not a bad group.
And people just flocked to him.
I saw Lewis Hamilton. He's wearing all white. He is one of the ambassadors for the event as well, so he looks pretty good.
Yeah, if you're joining us late, LeBron begged off. He was one of the co-chairs, but he screwed up his knee, so he's not going.
So I feel like that's interesting that LeBron would agree to be one of these chairmen when it's in the middle of the playoffs. So he had agreed to this a long time ago. So if he was in the playoffs, obviously he wouldn't be there because he'd be preparing for the next game, etc. But it's an interesting thing for him to agree to, knowing the time of year that it always takes place.
Right, but I think what he did was probably say, based on availability, I'm happy to help.
Of course. And also he might just be doing things behind the scenes, or his company is doing things behind the scenes. I know Savannah is going.
Savannah is going to be there. He did tweet about that.
But I do love seeing everyone arrive on the Met Gala because everyone's just going to be wearing either wonderful, gorgeous things or look very
totally
very
ridiculous things. Yeah.
Coleman Domingo looks great.
Coleman Domingo looks like he's like he's got leftover clothes from the Pope. Like Francis had some Pope stuff left around, and Coleman's wearing it.
Speaking of Coleman Domingo, have you guys checked out this show on Netflix called 4 Seasons?
No, I hear it's good.
Is it a show or is it a movie?
So it's based off the movie from Alan Alda.
Yeah, I remember
Tina
that
Fey,
movie.
Steve Carell, Coleman Domingo.
So basically, the story is 4 couples go on vacation, and one of them is splitting up, and then the guy brings in somebody younger and hotter. Right? That was the Alan Alda plot.
Yeah, so it's basically the same thing, but this is a series. So basically, every 2 episodes, it changes seasons. So it starts in spring, and then 2 episodes of spring, 2 episodes of summer, etc. You guys know where I'm going with this, but I think it's really funny. I have hesitated to recommend it to my friends who are married because I'm like, maybe it's a little too soft of a subject.
Oh, so it really is?
It kind of feels like it gets into the weeds of the good and the bad of marriage, especially after a long time, that I can assume happens. But
yeah, what's your Metacritic rating for 4 seasons? Like 1 to 100?
I'd probably give it 70.
Okay,
I liked it more than I disliked it. I cried a little bit at the end.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I think Steve Carell plays a good sleazeball.
Okay.
And he's going to play it in that new movie that's coming out on HBO later this month as well. The ones where all the billionaires go to a winter
that's right.
retreat.
The one that the guy from Succession did. Jesse Armstrong did a. Is that a series or a movie?
It's a movie. It's a TV movie that happens to come out right before the Emmy deadline.
Yeah, it's like it's got Steve Carell. It's got a bunch of people, and it's Jesse Armstrong who did Succession, and it's a bunch of billionaires who go on retreat together.
So it's Sun Valley.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's exactly what it is. All right, coming up next for you is Game of Games. Emily has done the game. Emily, is this your first game ever?
I've done the game before.
I think it's Emily's games are tough.
You're gonna regret this.
So we will attempt next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
My guy Casey Kasem ran into me in a bathroom one time. I thought the bottom knob locked, and apparently it didn't. He walked in on me. I mean, all you saw was my back.
Did you turn around and take your hand off?
Well, no, I turned over my shoulder. No, I did not. I turned over my shoulder, and I saw Casey Kasem. He was like, "Oh, hey, sorry, didn't mean to run in on you."
Hey, Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and it is Emily Heebel's game today. Who do we got? Oh, we got DeAndre to play.
What's going on, everyone? What's going on?
What's up, DeAndre?
Okay, so it's 4 players. Brian, Mace, Ireland, DeAndre.
Yes.
What's the game?
Okay. Lady Gaga performed at the Copacabana in Rio. So the game is going to be all about Rio and Brazil.
Oh, Mason's been there.
Oh,
it's
I
going
may
to be a
have an
big
advantage.
Has been.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first question is, when was the Christ the Redeemer statue erected?
Okay.
Was it 1917, 1926, or 1938?
Brian.
1926.
Mace.
26.
I'll go 26 as well. DeAndre.
I'm with the crowd. 26.
And everybody's right. It is 1926
Okay,
is when it was
everybody's
erected.
on the board. There will be no big loser today.
Last year, the movie I'm Still Here is set partially in Rio. It starred 2 revered Brazilian actresses, Fernanda Montenegro and her daughter, Fernanda Torres. Both have been nominated for Oscars. How many combined Oscars have they won? 0, 1, or 3?
Mace.
I will say 0.
I will also say 0. DeAndre.
You asked Mace first on purpose.
No, we go in order. Brian, Mace, Ireland, DeAndre.
Okay.
We rotate. We seriously, we do. You'll see.
I guess I'm going 0 as well.
Brian.
0.
Everybody's
right.
smart to go
Okay,
0.
guys.
Yes, exactly.
So, Emily,
All right.
I will go first on this question, and DeAndre will go first on question 4.
Everything's above board now.
Yes.
In the 2016 Rio Olympics, the U.S. had the most gold medals. Who had the second most gold medals? Was it China, Great Britain, or Russia?
2016.
Okay.
Summer Olympics?
Yes.
I'm going to go China.
Okay.
DeAndre.
Going China as well.
Brian.
China as well.
Mace.
China.
Great Britain.
Oh!
The first one knocked
Wow.
everybody else out of.
I never would have picked.
I had no
I would have
idea.
picked that last. Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
Who has scored the most goals in Brazilian soccer history? Is it Pele, Neymar, or Marta?
D.
Pele.
Brian.
Neymar.
Mace.
Neymar.
Marta.
Marta it is!
Oh!
She has scored 115 goals and 171 caps.
All right. Ireland 3, everybody else 2. Here we go. Back to Brian. Here we go.
All right. I like that Brian's starting this one. What city is the capital of Brazil? Is it Rio, Sao Paulo, or Brasilia?
Brian.
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo. Mace.
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo I'm going with as well. DeAndre.
Going with the crowd.
It's Brasilia, guys! Come
so
on!
obvious.
We are terrible.
I figured Mason had been.
Yeah. Don't
Isn't
follow
missing the same
me.
ones.
All right. How many questions left, Em?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions
Oh,
left.
but plenty. Okay, here we go. Mason
Okay.
goes first. Here we go.
Which Fast and Furious movie takes place partially in Rio? Is it Fast 5, Too Fast, Too Furious, or Furious 7?
Mace.
Furious 7.
I'm going Fast 5. DeAndre.
Fast 5.
Brian.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
It is Fast 5!
DeAndre and I are on the
Pulls
board.
that one off.
All right.
Nice.
I have 4, DeAndre 3, Brian and Mace 2. 4 questions left?
Yes.
Okay, I go first.
In what year did Rod Stewart hold his New Year's Eve concert at Copacabana Beach? Is it 92, 96, or 94?
I'm going to go 94. DeAndre.
92.
Brian.
94. Good year.
Mace.
92.
94.
Okay.
People got that.
Who, DeAndre, you got that?
No, I did not. No.
Brian.
Brian got. Okay, so 3 questions left, right? Mm-hmm. All right, Ireland 5, DeAndre 3, Brian 3, Mace 2. So you guys all have to go. Mace, you have to go opposite of me.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we go. I have to go first. Here we go.
Rio has 2 sister cities with the U.S. Are they New Orleans and Minneapolis, Atlanta and Oklahoma City, or Miami and Charlotte?
I'm going to go Miami and Charlotte. DeAndre.
What was the first one?
New Orleans and Minneapolis.
Let's do that one.
I got to go
Brian.
to the third one, right? Oh, Brian could
I'll go A as well. New Orleans, Minneapolis.
That leaves me.
You can't pick Miami and Charlotte.
So I'll take the third one, whatever the third one
What's
is.
the other one that's
See, the other options are New Orleans and Minneapolis and Atlanta and Oklahoma City.
You got Atlanta, OKC. Unless you
New
want-
Orleans and the one.
All right.
Okay. The answer is Atlanta and Oklahoma City.
Nobody
So
got it.
Nobody got it.
So
Oh,
Mace,
damn.
you're out.
I'm out. Yep.
And there's 2 left, Em?
Yes.
All right, so Brian and DeAndre, you're both still alive, but you got to go opposite of me. I have 5 and you have 3. All right, here we go.
When was the last time Brazil won the World Cup? Oh, sorry. I have to say the answers.
Yeah.
1994, 2002, or 2006.
I'm going to go 06. Brian.
94.
DeAndre.
I'm going 02.
Em, that's it.
Oh, 02 is correct.
All right,
Boom.
DeAndre's
Let's go.
still alive. Brian,
Boom.
you're out.
All
Am
right.
I going to clip this away again? I had this exact
You
same
did
thing
have it
happen
locked
to me
up.
last week.
Yeah.
No, and I blew it. I think, Brian, you took me out that time.
Yes.
All right, so I have 5. DeAndre has 4. This is the last one. If I get it right, I win. If not, we go to the tiebreaker. Em, what do we got?
Who averaged the most points per game in the 2016 Rio Olympics for men's basketball? Okay? Averaged most points per game.
Okay.
Bojan Bogdanovic, Kevin Durant, or Pau Gasol?
I am going Bogdanovic. D, you got to go Pau Gasol or Kevin Durant.
Let's go Durant.
What's the answer, Em?
Bogdanovic.
Bogdanovic!
You got it.
Very nice.
Do you guys want the tiebreaker?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
for
let's do it.
Fun.
Maybe I can win the tiebreaker.
How long is the Copacabana Beach in miles?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I got to remember.
All right, D, you got one?
Yeah, 2,500.
2,500.
2,500
Wow,
miles.
that is a
Beach.
hell of a
Brian?
beach. Wow.
55.
I wrote 17 miles. Mace, what
I
you write?
wrote 4.3 miles.
It's 2.5. Mace is closest.
I did win one. I did.
Well, you're the only one's actually been to that
DeAndre,
beach.
how big is that beach?
2,500.
2,500.
So basically, the beach runs from L.A. to New York.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
It might be
perfect.
2,500 yards.
What a beach.
More like it.
What a beach.
Emily,
All right,
very
Em.
good game. Well done.
Yeah, excellent work. Excellent work.
So,
Is
Emily,
it well done because you won?
No,
Yes.
no, I always win. But
he does win an awful lot.
But Em, here's my question: you now have basically 15 minutes left for your double. How are you feeling?
The only thing that's feeling odd is my feet. I do have to stand for basically 6 hours. So
Yeah,
that's the
that's
one
true.
thing
Why,
that's
now
not fun.
there is a chair next to you that you choose not to sit in. Why?
Yeah, because it's not super comfortable. It's not the I don't sit very ergodynamic on it, and I think I look better on the YouTube while standing up. So that's the main reason.
Well, we appreciate your honesty.
But I'm heading down to Pechanga after this, so I'm excited to do that. Relax by the pool.
Now, what are you going to do? You're going to relax by the pool?
I got a book to read.
You going to gamble at all?
Cinco de Mayo, you got to have a margarita at the pool.
I'll have a margarita at the pool.
What book are you reading?
So I have a book club in about 2 weeks, and I'm reading this book called Cue the Sun, The Invention of Reality TV Show.
Oh, that I can see you.
That
liking
sounds
that
good.
book.
And it kind of goes through, you guys might like it too, but it goes through the entire history from, candid radio, like a candid microphone to today.
It's all like about reality TV.
Yes, and it's a Pulitzer Prize winner, I believe, and so it's really well written. It's from someone who works for the New Yorker, Emily Nussbaum.
Boy, New Yorker, smart guy book. Wow.
Okay, so Em, the book I want you to read, since you said your dream job is to run HBO, is a book called Tinderbox by James Andrew Miller. It is the history of HBO from start to finish, and now it's radically different that they've branched off the company and
to Max and everything.
But there's still a guy named Casey Bloys that's kind of running all of it.
I listened to him on The Town this past weekend, so he was on with Matt Bellany. In The Town.
I listened to that podcast too. That's a good. By the way, what podcasts other than the Culture Pop podcast?
Yes,
which is hosted by Mace.
Yep.
Mace, your top 3 podcasts right now outside of your own are what?
Let's see. Probably yours was really big. Brian Cranston's was really big. Kerry Preston from...
No. What I'm saying is, what podcasts do you listen to
do I
other
listen
than
to?
your own?
I listen to the Ringer a number of the Ringer podcasts.
Yeah, they're all good.
They're all really good. I listen to Locked On Lakers with Andy Kamenetsky and Brian Kamenetsky.
How many days a week and
5
on
days
YouTube?
a week. There's
and...
a YouTube component, all that stuff. 35,000 people chatting and stuff. I do listen to that one, but that's really about it. I find it. I don't want everything in my head. Like I can only handle a certain amount of information.
So, Em, what are your top 3? By the way, you mentioned one of mine. I listen to The Town every time it comes out.
I love The Town because Matt Bellany, I like that he pushes.
Yeah.
He pushes a lot.
And he just doesn't care. He'll
He
just
doesn't
ask
care.
anybody anything.
And that's okay. That's good for him. So I listen to The House of R, which is a Ringer podcast about it's from Joanna Robinson and Mallory Rubin. It's about nerd podcast stuff.
That's a Ringer one. Mallory Rubin's great.
I love her. Normal Gossip. Have you guys heard about this one?
No.
Basically, they get an anonymized piece of gossip and they tell you the story. It's someone you have no idea who it is. It's not celebrities. It's normal people. And it's always incredibly engaging stories that you don't know where it's going to go. So they anonymize it and they talk about it. So Normal Gossip is another one. And then I listened to Caleb Herron's podcast, So True. He is hilarious. My favorite comedian right now. Caleb Herron's amazing.
Brian, do you listen to podcasts?
Yeah, a couple listen to currently. On Base with Mookie Betts. Those are pretty good.
That's a good one.
Just came out with one with Chris Sale in Atlanta, so that was pretty good. My favorite right now is Bad Friends with Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. It's like a comedian podcast.
Oh,
they get a bunch of comedians
I like
on there.
Bobby Lee.
And then I have been with this Last of Us HBO. They have like a companion podcast.
I listened to that yesterday too.
They're really smart.
It is. It's cool that they have the show creator, but then also the game creator on there together.
Yes,
so you get both views
involved. I also think they're a little full in themselves at time too, which is fun. Which is fine.
By the way, I'm super confused by the whole game thing. Like, I don't understand how this was a game. I mean, call me stupid. I'm stupid, but what is the game exactly?
There's a lot of cutscenes, which is what we see in the show. So
Okay.
the cutscenes are like you're a lot of times like searching for supplies is like you're playing that part / taking down the infected, but the parts of the show that are like the emotional parts, the story plot thing are scenes in the game that you don't control what happens.
Okay.
It's basically a movie on the screen that you can watch.
All right, so let me give a shout out to one podcast I've been listening to lately. That I listen. All I do is listen to podcasts.
Yeah,
so
I'm
a big Bill Simmons guy.
Yeah,
I listen
Bill
to
Simmons
The Town.
podcasts are great.
But have you guys ever listened to the Calm Down podcast with Carissa Thompson and Aaron Andrews?
No.
I've listened to it a little bit.
It's great.
Is it?
They are so candid, both of them. It's like it
got her in trouble one time.
Right.
That's right.
But the interesting thing about them is they don't seem to care about a filter, which is what a good podcast is. So if you're a woman, if you're female, they tell you all of their clothes tips, their beauty tips, where they need to go, how you manage your husband, how you manage your boyfriend.
Right.
And if you're a guy, it's like having the other team's playbook. They'll tell you everything you need to know. They bring Aaron's married to Jared Stoll, the hockey player.
Yeah.
And Carissa has a live-in boyfriend who's one of Matt Stafford's best friends. She was set up by Matt and Kelly Stafford with this guy.
Matthew.
Right. And the interesting thing is those two guys call themselves the plus ones because everywhere they go. So recently they brought them on.
Oh, wow.
And so they'll talk about literally anything. So if you're looking for a new podcast, check them out.
What's it called?
Calm Down.
Calm Down.
But it's great. They talk about everything. And they should feel. I mean, I think they're going to be the next people to get paid.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I think it's
Good for
really,
them.
really good. Yeah.
All right. Coming up next for you, going to do some super crosstalk. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Hey, John Ireland here, Laker fans. Meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative packed with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, biotin, essential B vitamins, natural caffeine, and it's NSF Sports certified. It fights fatigue, sharpens focus, and supports your immune system, so you stay locked in longer without the crash. Grab the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy, champions choose clear energy.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins. Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
On a Monday.
So the last time I saw Scott Kaplan, we were standing side by side watching Lenny Kravitz at Beach Life. How did the rest of the weekend go, Cappy?
Oh, man. First of all, how great was it? Is that not just a fantastic festival? Seriously.
Yeah, awesome.
I mean, I know, it's not for everybody, the music or the venue or whatever, the price. But I'm going to tell you something right now. It is an awesome, amazing festival. John, Lenny Kravitz. Phenomenal, Georgie. John, how great was Lenny Kravitz?
He was good, but I thought Train was even better than Lenny Kravitz. I thought Lenny was. How should I phrase this? I thought he was very high on life, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Did you think so, Cappy?
Oh, I've definitely thought Lenny was wasted, at least the way I saw things. But the thing is
the music wasn't really affected by it. The music was great. It's just when he talked is when you could tell he was kind of out of it.
But the thing is that he kind of got you to a point in the middle of it where you're like, hey, Len, are we going to sing the hits here? The ones that were the anthems from our lives from 30 years ago, or are we not going to get there? And then at the end, the last 5 songs, he just hit you over the head, hit.
Yeah. Are you going to go my way?
Right.
It ain't over till it's over.
I love how you're sitting there critiquing Lenny Kravitz. Hey, Len, can we speed this up? I want what I want, not what you want to do as an artist.
We're done,
right.
Lenny.
Yeah. Right, Len, can you give me what I came for, babe?
Yeah.
You know?
So what's the biggest song, the biggest Lenny Kravitz song is
Are You Gonna Go
Are You
My
Gonna
Way?
Go My Way?
It's
It's
probably the
yeah,
most
for
popular
sure.
one.
Was that what he saved for the end?
Yeah,
I think
he
so.
didn't play any of his hits in the beginning.
Yeah,
He
I
was-
want to get away.
Yeah.
I want to fly
Yeah, no, I recall this
away. Hey. Yeah, I mean, that was a great
No,
one.
it's
He
good.
is a great
Good
showman.
rendition.
I mean, I think Lenny is 60 now, and he's
Yeah.
still got the long dreads, and he's
Yep.
dressed
he's
in
a
all
rock
leather
star in
and-
every way,
yeah,
shape, or form.
Right.
There's
You
no
know what?
question about that.
But he's so hot. I got to give him credit. He's so freaking hot, man. He's
Yeah.
wearing these tight jeans that are kind of low on his waist, and his obliques are just perfect.
Yeah.
And
you
and
just
he's-
wish you could look like that.
Oh, George, you don't have any idea. I so badly wish I could do all of it. George, he's my quarter Hebraic brother, right? So I take credit for him, you know. I wish I had the dreads, the sunglasses, the obliques, the voice, the guitar skills. I wish I had it all.
His
but
talent,
John,
even
right?
Talent, sure.
John,
That
John,
part of it is important.
I thought Train was great also Friday night.
Yeah.
But I had never seen Train and didn't realize how many of their songs I knew.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if it made me sound a little less manly if I told you how much I
and
like
I thought
Train.
Pat Moynihan, the lead singer of Train, used to be the lead singer of a Led Zeppelin cover band, and they played like 2 or 3 Led Zeppelin songs, and he brought his kid out, and his kid was good. And,
So
it was fun.
I want to find out how Cappy actually got tickets, because remember going into Friday, he didn't even have the tickets.
I do not know, Cap. What is the answer to that mystery?
Well, I did not have tickets. That is absolutely true. However, I will
But
say
he
that
hay-kinged brilliantly one
Oh,
time.
really?
Oh, yeah. Lisa and I had these VIP tickets, and so I'm holding hands with Lisa, and Cap's holding hands with Rachel, and he just stayed right on my hip, and we just bull rushed the VIP door, and the next thing I knew, Cap right next to me. 15
There you
feet.
go. Excellent. That's the
I'm
way to
so-
do it.
I'm so proud of you, Cap. That was great.
That's so you.
So they have this restaurant right there in Redondo Beach called the California Surf Club, and my understanding is that the guys who own that restaurant actually put this event on. And so when I got to the restaurant, you know, I had like this media credential, and they were like, "Hey, sorry, this is the VIP." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm here. They're waiting for me. They got my VIPs inside." They're like, "Okay, great, come on in." So I spent the whole weekend in the VIP, but I will say this, John, that we were on the VIP.
So you just
which,
finagled your way in the whole time.
Good for you. That's what you need to do. Be aggressive.
It gets better.
Okay.
So the next day, John, if you remember, the VIP is on the west side, and if you look to the east side, you know they had all those cabanas up top. There were probably like
that I
10.
couldn't get into. Yeah, right.
Well, let me tell you something.
You Hey King the cabana?
Those are the bomb.
Yeah.
Those are the place to be. And so I went up there on Saturday because Rachel really wanted to stick around because she wanted to see Sugar Ray. Now, I didn't really know that I was going to know so many Sugar Ray songs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's my guy, Mark McGrath. We went to high school together.
Mark McGrath, I've never seen him in concert. He's hilarious.
Yeah, great guy, too.
Like, I had no idea how self-deprecating he was and how funny he was. He was great.
And I'll tell you what, Cap, that guy, Mace, he was in the Long Beach Grand Prix celebrity race with Mace. And I said
cool
this
guy.
earlier on the show. Mark McGrath's one of those guys. Everybody knows somebody like this, that when you meet him, you're like, there's no way anybody's that nice. There's got to be another shoe to drop here. He actually is.
Yeah, he's really
he's like
cool.
He knows he's had a very blessed life. He's very thankful
He was
for
the
it.
anti-Alfonso at the race.
Right.
Alfonso was a
Rivera. Oh, my
jerk,
God.
and Mark McGrath was fantastic.
Did I tell you that I had an Alfonso Rivera moment, like in a good way, at a Laker game this season?
With Alfonso?
So I was walking off from, I don't remember which coach I was interviewing. Maybe it was JJ.
Okay.
And I'm walking off, and I swear to God, right in front of me, from me to you, is Alfonso Rivera. And I was like, Alfonso, man, I just want to tell you, big fan. I thought about for
You
a
should've.
second bringing up you.
He does not like me at
get
all.
outta here.
I swear to God.
Does he even know?
No,
He
went on.
because he nicknamed him the human pylon.
So-
Mace wouldn't get out of his way when he was trying to win
He
the
went
race.
on the Mark and Brian show and talked about what a terrible driver I was back when Mark and Brian was on, and somebody sent me the link to that. I'm like, screw you, dude.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not a
He
professional.
was very nice to me.
It's
Kick
a
his ass,
race
Mace.
for amateurs. It's a race for people who've never raced before.
He was there with his kid. I went up to him real quick and I just said hello, and a big fan. Grew up loving him,
God.
and
What an a-hole.
and I said, grew up loving you, man.
Tell him.
I appreciate it. And he was like, oh man, thanks, man. You do a great job. And then I kept it moving, but I did have the moment. I thought of you right after. I said, you know what?
moment.
I should have said something about Mace.
You should have.
Settle an argument here, guys. Mace brought up Bill Simmons actually is the one who brought this up. But Bill Simmons said the Lakers should use all their expiring contracts and 2 first-round picks and trade them all to the Sixers for Joel Embiid. The Sixers get out of the Joel Embiid contract, which has maybe 3 or 4 years left. 3 at least, right?
4. So your big 3 is going to be Joel Embiid, Luka, and LeBron?
Well, sometimes Embiid.
And you're not giving up Austin Reeves in the deal. You're keeping him.
Terrible idea.
First of all,
Mace's with Cappy. George, I don't think that gets you Joel Embiid.
I
but
don't think it gets you either.
If it did, I would do it.
Not me.
I don't think it gets you. And you're running a huge risk with Joel. Ramona would know better because she's more plugged into that stuff. But I feel like that contract at this point is virtually untradeable.
He's injured more than Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he played 18 games last year.
If people got mad about Anthony Davis around here, could you imagine Joel Embiid? I mean, listen, if someone could harness the Joel Embiid stuff, I'm with Michael, who always says this. He might be the best big man when he's locked in and focused and healthy.
Yeah, big if.
But it just doesn't happen that often.
Right. So, Johnny I, let me just finish this up for you because I wound up meeting somebody that I think you know.
Okay.
So Saturday, Rachel and I, we definitely talked our way into those cabanas up on the up.
Very proud of you,
George. I can't even honestly tell you on the air what I did because if I did, I just can't even tell you. But
did you shank somebody?
No, I didn't shank anybody. Nobody got injured.
Would never do that.
Nobody got injured.
Cap has the moves of a jungle cat.
He does.
I walked in and I'm like, I said to Lisa, I go, hey, stay close to Cap and Rachel because I don't think they have passes. And Cap didn't. I mean, you would have thought Cap had all access the way he walks in. Oh, why? He just like he owns the place.
Act as if, and they believe
it. So Cap, who'd you meet?
So I wind up going up on Saturday to these beautiful cabanas they have, and we're watching Sugar Ray, and we're in a suite with a company by the name of Claim Shark.
Okay.
And it turns out that they're a local company in the AI world of, I don't know, having something to do with billing for hospitals and stuff.
Yeah, hospital billing. I just looked them up.
And I swear to you, me and Rachel are the only 2 people in there. Well, now people start to come in. And I start introducing myself. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? Hey, nice to meet you. How are you? Hey, what's your connection here? And, dude, before you knew it, I'm best friends with everybody in the entire
place.
Of
course you are.
Of course.
Okay? And so this one lady I'm chatting with, she says to me, she goes, yeah, I'm the president of the local Rotary Club here in Manhattan Beach.
Was it Jan?
No, it was Lisa. Do you know Lisa Hammett Lupercio?
I know. I speak to that group a lot, though.
That's what she said. And she said she owns 2 restaurants. Marshall. She owns Playa Hermosa Fish and Oyster, and she also owns Lido de Manhattan. Do you know either of those 2 spots?
Lido is right by me.
Yeah, so this is Marcia.
Yeah.
I don't know who Marcia is.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you called her Marshall.
No,
Cindy.
Lisa.
We're just talking Brady. I'm just giving you Brady Bunch
You
names.
just gave me you tricked me into thinking it was Martha.
And by the way, John, now I'm like best friends with Lisa.
Okay.
I'm gonna take George.
Not Jan, though.
Not Jan. I'm taking George to Lido de Manhattan because she tells me it's a great spot. She's owned it for over 20 years.
What's that show with Gordon Ramsay?
Hellish Kitchens.
Yeah, it was when Lido de Manhattan was on that show.
Yeah, so she graduated from SC.
Is it called Hellish Kitchens?
Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. Okay.
Yeah, she graduated from SC, and the next year she bought a restaurant. She's been in business for over 20 years.
Good for her.
So she's been killing it. So she said that you've spoken to the Rotary Club a few
many
times.
That SC also has that big in Redondo. There's that. What's that steakhouse in Redondo that everybody goes to? It's a big SC spot too. It's 2 floors.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, whatever.
Johnny, I think I'm a South Bay guy.
Oh, are you?
So we're going to migrate you in there. You, me, and Sedano. He'll be at your house all the time.
I think
George. Food.
I think I'm now a South Bay guy. I don't know, though, if I'm a Hermosa guy or if I'm a Redondo guy, if I'm a Manhattan Beach guy. Maybe I'll be a PV guy, Georgie. I'll be next door. I think I'm a South Bay guy.
Now, when are you going to start looking for a place in the South Bay?
I think within the next maybe like 6 to 12 months. I think I'm
No,
looking.
really?
I think I'm looking.
Kidding.
I don't buy
no,
that,
you're not giving up.
Let me say this.
Rachel's not going to let him.
Yeah.
No.
She's not
Actually,
in on this.
Rachel said, I think I love it here.
So Cappy,
Well,
here's what you do.
As we often say, George, what's not to love?
Yeah, no, it's a great spot. Cappy, just buy a place in Redondo so you can just walk to beach life every day.
Oh, George, that's a great idea. That is a really, really good idea. So I will say this, John. I saw Sugar Ray on Saturday. I thought he was great. I saw that from the beautiful suite that I was in, thanks to Claim Shark for having me as a guest.
So you blew off your Kentucky Derby party to go see Sugar Ray.
And the Pretenders.
The Pretenders really good.
They were really good. I mean, I was really surprised. I mean, I hadn't heard of the Pretenders in 20 years. They were great. They sang all their hits. And then Sublime was amazing. And the crowd is just incredible. It's huge. The venue's great. I can't say enough. Put it this way. The best compliment I can give this festival is I bought a $75 hoodie.
Wow, look at that.
Damn, that made me, George, the only
thing he spent on.
Right, because he was so good at maneuvering. It was great.
By the way, the Rex is the steakhouse I'm talking about.
There you go.
Cappy, that's your kind of spot. I'm surprised you didn't go have dinner there.
No, we got up there on Friday and then, went over to the show, and we stayed at that hotel across the street, the Sonesta, which was also a really good spot.
Yeah,
so,
that is a good spot.
I can't say enough about how much I love that festival.
So there you go. So you're moving to Redondo Beach?
I don't know about Redondo. Again, it could be Hermosa. I don't know.
Because I see
Manhattan. You moving to
know what it
Manhattan?
is, John, I see Cappy as like a South Redondo guy in that Riviera Village.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, see, if you got big money, you go to the sand section in Manhattan Beach.
Right.
If you
Cappy
want
doesn't have that.
A little more bang for your buck, you go to Hermosa.
Right.
And if you can't cut it in Manhattan Beach or Hermosa and you need a lot of land, you go to Redondo.
Yeah.
Or as my wife often jokes, when her rich Manhattan Beach friends get divorced, they get a condo in Redondo.
There you go.
Hey, by the way, speaking of your wife, I love her, man.
Well, the feeling was very mutual. Yeah, we're anxious to do it again.
I freaking loved her. She's awesome. I love Lisa.
All
She's
right.
great.
Speaking of Lisa,